I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I don't know. Why am I
I'm
complaining?
overtired too.
Why am I complaining about being tired? And it's like after midnight where you are.
Exactly.
So,
Well, you had a busy day, Johnny.
I guess I can't really complain.
What kind of weather you having out there? We've been having rain for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, it's awesome out here.
Yeah.
We went to the beach today. Hey everybody. I'll show you some pictures. 9:08 p.m. out here.
Yeah.
May 4th.
12:08 in the east. May the 4th be with you. Well, for you, for a couple more hours. It
still is. A few more.
Yeah.
A few more. Okay, here's a picture I took today. Yeah, you guys, I was just telling John that we went to the beach today. And if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the pictures, I guess. In my stories on my Johnny Beane on Instagram and Howie Beane. But yeah, you go to the beach and then you come back and you pass out because you get so tired. Yeah, here's a picture I took.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
those hotels or
they're there we go. They're not. They're like rentals,
like summer rentals or seasonal rentals.
Yeah. So what happens is people rent them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know whose umbrella that is. We were just walking by, and I just took the.
So is it beach season most of the year out there in California, or is it like really just summer activity kind of?
It's always kind of beach season, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, there's Howie.
Oh, looking good, Howie.
Right there.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. He wears these wheels now when we go out.
That's good.
You know,
you can get around a lot better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're called walk-in wheels, I think.
Man, that looks cold. I mean, even any time of year, the beach around here, the water is really cold. I mean, you might get a week or two in August when it gets, tolerable. But I'm talking like, I mean, I don't know my water temperatures that well, but it doesn't get to be like 70 or 80. It's like 60s at best.
Mm-hmm.
But
here's a quick little video I took. Right there. Oh no. I mean, maybe the water was cold, but no, it was warm.
But you got the Pacific, so I mean,
yeah.
That looks beautiful. Yeah,
it was
very nice.
It was nice.
Now, is that like a public beach or just a local? Is it pretty local to you?
Yeah, it's just down the street. It's
nice.
Rio Del Mar.
I've heard of that. Was that where they filmed a couple of those movies you were talking about? What was it? That newer movie from Jordan Peele?
Oh yeah, what was that called? Tessie Switch. It's my umbrella now. Yeah. Hey Chuck, welcome. Hey James Gum, Jimmy, Brendan B.
Yeah, who's in the chat? Let's see who.
Oh, it's now Revenge of the Fifth for some of you guys.
Okay, sounds good. Never heard of that one.
Yeah. JJ, Mike himself.
Frank Corcoran.
Yeah.
Janice Lala. Scott Nickerson.
Welcome. And before I forget, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Leave a thumbs up. Let's see if we can get our usual 100 thumbs by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Which we've been doing pretty regularly. It's been pretty good. Yeah, I just had dinner.
Not agreeing with you.
Oh no, it's fine. It's just Hey Thomas. Todd is here. Yo, Joe. Yeah, eat some peppers. Oh, I don't have any.
Yeah, no peppers tonight. Got to take a break from those.
Yeah, next time. Next time we'll do that. How are you feeling after that, by the way? Like Sunday morning?
No problems. No, I mean, I don't think. I mean, I didn't have that much. I just, I had a few bites, so it wasn't anything that was gonna disrupt anything. So I didn't feel it the next day.
Mm-hmm.
No worries there.
And yeah, if you guys tuned in last Saturday, or Straturday as we call these, Straturday night, John BL was eating some hot peppers.
Well, you started it, Johnny. It was your idea. Well, the week before, Johnny had his jalapenos, and I was like, I gotta see what I can do in that, because I love my hot food. So.
Oh yeah, they were good.
Yeah,
they were good, and I had a little container of some jalapenos from Five Guys. So.
Yeah, and I went out the next day and bought some salsa, some hot salsa. That was always good. Had to eat the rest of those chips.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. So so welcome everybody. This is our Saturday night program.
Yeah.
Thank you, Todd. You like that? Well, it's a sweater, but yeah.
Yeah, looking good. I actually got my what kind of pattern is that? Checker, diamond.
I know there's a name for it. There's a name for it because
Argyle. Is that
Argyle? Argyle. Okay. Because I'll wear this sweater a lot of times when it's cold out. And if it's not too cold, I'll wear a sweater and then one of those camouflage jackets that I have over it.
The Steve Anderson.
Steve Anderson Van Halen one, and then I've got a couple other ones, and I'll wear one of those over the Argyle, and I'll get some comments like, "Man, that's an interesting combination," from people.
Yeah. Man, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
Toad's Place. Yeah, Brendan. Have you been there?
Huh? Have I?
I'm wearing my Toad's Place shirt.
Him.
Brendan was asking about it.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Yeah, New Haven, Connecticut.
New Haven. Awesome. Huh?
So yeah,
Janice has been there. Brendan.
Oh yeah, it's everyone's from the Rolling Stones to U2 to I don't know, Billy Joel recorded an album there. So, yeah,
really?
It's like a 500, not seats, but a 500 person capacity and tiny little club. But it's one of those just like underground. It's on the campus of Yale basically, so that kind of probably helps it. It's not, but and there's a lot of colleges in that area, so. But every band seems to stop in there if you're not a nationally touring. Well, I guess most of them are nationally touring, but if you're not, huge playing arenas every night, or if you want to do a one-off, you go to Toads. That's what the Rolling Stones did. They did a one-off show there. I think they started their Steel Wheels tour there.
Oh, that's cool.
Back in the late '80s.
Steel Wheels. Was that the tour where Mick Jagger was playing a Kramer guitar?
Oh, probably. It was like 88, 89.
Yeah.
So it was. I think they were wearing trench coats. They were like the whole Bon Jovi type of thing. They were taken after even the hair bands. I think they sort of went through in that tour. You look at some of the footage from there, and they're all wearing I think except Keith. I don't think Keith really bought into it, but. Mick Jagger and the other guys. probably just Mick, now that I think of it, because Charlie Watts isn't going to be wearing a trench coat, and I don't even know if Bill Wyman was on that tour, but that was like their big comeback, or their second big comeback after the early '80s. I think they took a break in the mid '80s. Remember what was the video that he did with David Bowie? Dancing in the Street.
Dancing in the Street, yeah. After the Van Halen version, right?
I think it was probably like a year after that or shortly after that. And then Family Guy made fun of that. They played in the middle of one of their episodes. They played the whole video, and they're like, "This happened." you know.
Mhm.
So, but yeah,
Wow. I'm just I was gonna look for a picture. Just why not? You know, of Mick Jagger with the playing the Kramer. Let's see what
oh
kind
yeah,
of Kramer this is.
yeah.
Let's see.
I was just watching I'm like a music documentary junkie, and I was watching the making of Pump, Aerosmith. You remember that? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I think I have seen that.
Great documentary, just kind of behind the scenes footage of making their album Pump. And yeah, Joey, what's his name? Joe Perry and Brad Whitford were both playing, like, you know, total. I think Brad Whitford had one that had like, it was like a Charvel, like a San Dimas with it had a whole logo. I mean, like a whole, you know, graphics all over it. So it was definitely that time. I mean, everybody was playing Kramers or playing Jacksons, regardless of what, you know, even a band like you say, the Rolling Stones. And yeah, Mick played guitar on a few songs from what I've seen.
I'm seeing a lot of pictures of him playing the guitar live.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's even got one of the guitars that I have. The silver tone that I have. I think I had it sitting back there in
yeah.
in the stand yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a silver tone. Yeah, I was actually
that's the same one. It looks like, or it's very similar. The body shape anyway.
Similar. Okay, here he is playing a Kramer.
Show me the trench coat.
Right there.
Oh wow, that's
right
what year would that have been? That looks more recent, I guess, but I don't think he'd be playing a Kramer anytime in the last 20 years.
Oh, here's another one. I guess he played a Farrington as well. If you know the Kramer Farringtons.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There he is.
Probably like in a you know, one just to have in your dressing room or in the hotel room.
It looks like it was for sale, or something. Mick Jagger's. What kind of guitar is that? Okay, this is a Telecaster. Okay, that's not a Kramer, but it's a similar looking.
That's kind of super Strat looking acoustic.
Oh, the Farrington?
Yeah. Well, it's got the Strat shape, but it's, you know, a thin line acoustic, right?
Yeah. Yeah, right there. Yeah,
that's not a Kramer, or that's a Kramer, right?
That is a Kramer. Yeah, that's the same kind of guitar that Eddie used on the song Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
On the intro, on the record. Hey, Dan. Dan is trying to get your attention, I think.
Hey, Dan. Dan's my old roommate from college.
Oh, cool.
He's him and a couple of other guys from the New Haven days are out hanging out in I don't know, Nashua guys. Nashua, New Hampshire. Up in New Hampshire.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Welcome.
Very cool. Yeah, I was hoping I'd see them. I was talking to Dan earlier.
Very cool. Yeah, thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, hit the thumbs up, and just we'll start talking guitars. Well, we are talking guitars.
We are talking guitars.
Yeah. Amazing. We're actually talking guitars on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
But I got my Star Wars stuff, so it is still May the 4th where you are.
Yeah.
Brought my laser discs out and a couple of.
Oh, cool.
Get the Chewy tin there.
Cool. I've got my Star Wars. Yeah, you guys, we're gonna talk guitars tonight. We're gonna talk Star Wars because today is May the 4th. You know, at least where I am.
Mm-hmm.
And also, rest in peace, Peter Mayhew.
Yeah.
He passed away a few days ago. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he was Chewbacca up until the solo. I guess on the what was it, the Last Jedi, he did he did everything except the action scenes, and then he kind of has sort of passed the torch to a new guy who's the new Chewie, who's like a Swedish basketball player.
Yeah, I just saw a picture of them together actually.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, they went through like the guy was the Swedish guy was saying, you know, how he was basically trained how to be Chewie, and you know the little nuances of it all.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he said most of the personality of Chewbacca really is
Right.
Peter.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, on the earliest interviews I've seen, yeah, he always kind of he used to be he worked in a hospital, and I guess he back in just before around the time of the first movie, and he or just auditioned on a whim to, you know, in front of George and whoever was there, and instantly George liked him. So every interview I've seen, he's just didn't you meet him? Did you meet him, or did you?
Peter Mayhew? Yeah,
you met him, right?
I met him a couple times. I've got here's a picture I posted to Instagram. When was this? 2 days ago. I guess that's when the news broke. Yeah, there we are. And that was back in 1997.
Wow.
And yeah, that was way back in the day when like that's an actual photo, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like 35 millimeters.
There was no cell phones.
No, yeah.
And so that's so, you know, I'd put the picture on the internet, and that's why it says johnnybeane.com.
Oh yeah,
right
yeah.
there. Little I'd print it out and cut it out and put it on the picture.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, kind of burned in there.
Scan the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my friend Dan's asking. He's got a question. You can probably answer it. I don't think I can answer it. But Dan wants to know what size fret wire Eddie Van Halen uses. What kind of frets does he use? Jumbos or
depends on
they're all different. Yeah.
Depends on the guitar. There's
how about the can I guess you can't do you have the options on the new EVHs?
No.
I know Jay got the steel frets, but I guess it doesn't you can't you don't have options for sizes, or do you know what sizes they come with?
Let me see. No, there aren't any options. It's just the one kind.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking metal in that pic. Well, yeah, I was more of a metal dude back then. I mean, look at me now. You wouldn't.
Well, we've all come a long way since the 90s. Right, Dan Wilson?
The thing is, with the Wolfgang guitars, there's two different. I think
depending on where it was made, right?
Yeah.
If you got an overseas one, it was nickel.
Because the Wolfgang specials made in China and Japan and the USA, and these are the EVH ones. They all have the same frets, the stainless steel. They moved the EVH Wolfgang specials to Mexico, and those have different frets. Those are not stainless steel, and they're bigger.
So it varies.
It varies, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure with Ed, because he played just about anything, you know, as long as he could make it sound good.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Clayton, today is Strat Day. That's right, man. Welcome, dude.
Clayton.
Yeah, Clayton, awesome bass, man. He sent in a picture of his
Music Man, right?
Music Man. It looked like
I always wanted a Stingray. Yeah,
a Stingray. Yeah,
yeah. I always liked that shape, that design.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're cool.
I think Mike used Stingrays at least on Carnal Knowledge. I think he used Stingray on that tour.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Eddie had just come out with the Music Man.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah,
guitar.
So Mike got his free Music Mans.
So he was playing Music Man at the time. Yeah, you'll notice every tour, and then
played PVs.
Then when Eddie changed to PV, Mike was playing PVs.
Yeah, and then we all know what happened after that.
I think Mike is with Schecter now.
Yep,
actually,
we saw that interview on this channel here.
Oh, that's right,
Caleb.
That's right.
That was a great impromptu interview.
Were you there? I can't remember.
I wasn't there live. I watched it the next day, but Caleb just he sat him down and he started asking him questions, and it was like a full-on interview for 2 or 3 minutes. That was just cool. It was just, and I'm sure there were people in line waiting, like, what's this guy doing? Caleb doesn't give a shit.
That was cool. Yeah, Caleb, thanks again, man. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and thanks for the autograph, Caleb. I ended up getting that autographed poop shirt.
Mm-hmm. Did you frame it?
Not yet, but I do. I still got it hanging up. I got to get it framed or something,
Yeah.
Present it good, because I'm not going to wear it again,
No, but that's the same thing. I got mine signed.
Yeah, at NAMM, right?
Last NAMM, and he was signing it, and he's like, and he looks right at me. He's like, I used to have a shirt just like this.
Pretty much the same thing he said to Caleb.
It was very close, yeah.
Yeah. And he went through a whole phase of like comic books character. He had like the Flintstones and I guess cartoon characters, different ones around that time. Mm-hmm. You look through those all those pictures, especially 5150 tour. He had 6 or 7 different ones. You look through the tour book, and he had those were his stage clothes.
Oh yeah, for like the Monsters of Rock, and then for the 0812 tour after that. Old Metal Dude, right? Is that right? Thank you. Yeah, that's an armoire that's turned into a guitar closet. I've got one of those Warwick 7 guitar stands. Holds 7 guitars. Yeah. Although I put a guitar on each side. I ram everything in there. So so there's a few more, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1, 2, how many are in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I've got 3 headless guitars back there. I've got some guitar necks. There's like a Kramer neck hanging, back there.
Everything you can fit on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen all those. I mean, let me see what I don't want to try and start naming which one's which, but
can you see them?
Oh yeah, barely. I mean, I can see. Well, the second one is the Music Man, right? First one.
No, the Music Man isn't in there.
No. Oh, then it's EVH.
This
or PV.
Let's see. I know you guys can't tell what they are.
Yeah, it's too hard to tell. I can't.
That's a Strat. Well. That's a Strat copy. That first one.
Yeah.
That a friend of mine built way back in 1996, and it's a good guitar. I mean, quality wise, it's good. It's not, it's not great, but
I've done tune it up and make it work.
Yeah. Hey Ed Dana. Huh? Oh, golf. Is that? Do I look like a golfer? Yeah,
you look more like a caddy, maybe. I don't know. Or
it's the shape of this hat, and then
the Argyle.
The Argyle. Yeah, what keyboard is that? That's an iRig keyboard, right there. So it's just a MIDI controller that you can hook your phone into it. And then you can open up like GarageBand and
that's what I have. M Audio.
M Audio.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, you have M Audio. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff's good. I use that stuff too. So yeah, real quick. Yeah, that's a Fender. Well, it's not even a Fender. It's just a Strat
copy.
That's the EVH.
Okay. Yeah.
Right there. That's the EVH Wolfgang.
See the binding.
EVH Wolfgang. Silvertone.
Oh, all right, Silvertone. I was going to say Dan Electro, but is it? I keep talking over you.
Huh?
Didn't they sell Dan Electros at Sears as well as the Silvertones?
It's all the same.
All right.
It's all the same stuff. The guitars, they're different shapes and sizes and stuff, but they're identical. It's all the same parts and stuff. And then there's my Telecaster. You can see the neck right there. There's my Kramer Focus right there. And then next to that right there is what we're calling the Johnson Jackson.
Oh yeah, the Jack Johnson.
It's a Jackson body with a Johnson neck. And then this is my 1984. It's not a real Kramer, but it's an 84 replica guitar, I guess. It was a gift from David Nesdahl years ago.
Very nice.
Actually, not that long ago. But
does it have the 80? It's got the 84 sticker, right?
Yeah, right down there. Yeah. He sent it to me in parts. It was just pieces. It was just a neck and a body, and I that was when I lived up in San Ramon, California, and I had a little workbench, and I would work on my guitars. I'd work on my friends' guitars.
Is that body is slightly different than the 5150, isn't it? Or is it? It looks like it's a little.
This particular one, I actually don't.
Or even the real one, isn't it? Or is it the Hot for Teacher that's different? I guess we've had
Hot
this
for
conversation
Teacher is a little
before.
different.
Yeah.
A little different. I think the 84 Kramer and the 5050 Kramer are pretty identical.
Right.
I think. But yeah, this guitar, it's not an exact. It's not exact. The body,
not to Nesdahl standards, but
the body isn't. Oh, hey, Howie. The body isn't exact. The neck. I don't think the actual neck on the actual guitar is as thick as this neck. I think this neck is a little bigger.
It's a good looking replica, though.
Yeah,
tribute, I guess I should say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a great guitar. I've used it for some Van Halen guitar lessons, on the channel here. That's why I would use. That's why you would use it. I can't play a gig with that.
Yeah, like you were saying the other night. Yeah, it's hard. It would be hard to go on stage with a guitar looking like that and not at least be shredding, Van Halen style.
Yeah. I guess if I played a show and it was, 1997 me with the longer hair.
But what you could do is you could play the different covers that you could play Pretty Woman, you could play You Really Got Me, and put it into a cover set and
definitely
pull those ones out. And
if I was playing covers, and
then you'd have to, you may as well do the full on Van Halen covers too.
Oh yeah, it'd be great for that. It'd be great for like I was telling Dave this the other day. I've always thought, it'd be cool to be in like a punk band and to play a guitar like that.
Oh yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody. We've got 40 people watching, 29 thumbs ups.
Yeah.
Leave a thumbs up if you haven't. We're gonna see if we can get to 100. Maybe.
Sure. Straturday night. Let's do it.
Yeah.
R2, R3. I don't know if we said hi to you. Shout out.
R2's in here?
Yeah. R2.
Hey. R2, what up, man? Yeah. So we'll be talking guitars, talking Star Wars. It's May the 4th. We've got our Star Wars stuff to show off.
Definitely. I found some good little things that I couldn't. I didn't get to my parents' house. I was going to get some of the old figures. My mother's got all those up in the attic, in her attic. The figures and the ships and everything like that. But some other day I'll get those. Man,
yeah, I had all that stuff when I was a kid, and then destroyed all of it.
Nothing. I don't have anything in the box. I don't have anything, mint in the box or anything like that. But they're all well played. I mean, I think I have, probably a 1978 Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, all of the original figures from.
Oh wow!
I guess 78, 79, maybe.
They came out. I think they came out. They put them out every year.
Right. With each new movie, they rebranded the packaging, and then they would re-release them all.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
But
I don't collect the toys, you know, now or whatever,
no.
but I collect like the audio stuff, like the
Well,
vinyl stuff, and
how about this? Do you
uh,
have this? I don't know if you
yeah,
know what that is.
yep. I know exactly what that is.
Awesome.
I love that, man.
Man, I can remember my uncle taped it off the radio whenever it was 1980, I think, when the first
81.
81 he
It
taped in.
says in that box when it
Yeah,
says the
yeah.
exact date when it was.
Yeah. My uncle taped each episode every week. We would go to my grandmother's anyway, and he'd give me the cassette, and I'd go home and listen to it. That was just classic. I mean, and I think it was like how long is it? 9 hours long or something like that? Or, I mean, it's hours, 13 episodes, 6 cassettes. So I guess it's probably half of so it's like at least 6 hours long, 6.5 hours long.
Yeah.
And it's just the whole story that, with all kinds of extras. I mean, and some of the original voice talent. You got Mark Hamill, you got Anthony Daniels. Some of it's kind of hard to listen to Princess Leia, who's like not Carrie Fisher and kind of overacting a lot, but it's everything about it it's really cool. I mean, with the sound effects by Ben Burt and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what that is, if you guys don't know, that's the Star Wars radio. The Star Wars radio drama is what it's called, and it was on like public radio.
NPR, I think, or maybe it was before
1981. Well, it says on the box. It says exactly. I have the CDs.
These are the cassettes. I have the cassettes.
I have all of them. There was Star Wars. There was The Empire Strikes
NPR.
Back.
It was released NPR and Lucasfilm.
You know, there was 2 other ones, right?
Yeah, I don't think I've heard them. Well, I probably heard them, but that's the
Empire,
other ones were.
Empire is really good as well.
Yeah.
Jedi is when Mark Hamill left. So Mark Hamill isn't doing Luke in the Jedi one. Anthony Daniels is still there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think Billy D. Williams is there.
Cool. I'm sure I heard them at some point. But those were released like 84 and 85, I think, like something like that. It was after well after the last movie. Maybe even 90 when Return of the Jedi came out.
I think the Empire radio drama came out in. Oh man,
John BL, where is he?
Yeah, Google will tell us everything. But yeah, you guys, if you're big Star Wars fans, Star Wars nerds, and you have not heard the Star Wars radio dramas, you have to hear them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So Empire was 83, February of 83, and Return of the Jedi was
like 93 or something.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it was not 96.
Oh wow.
So that's what it says. But yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's really cool. I mean, because and I was listening to them on. Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, Joe. Oh my goodness.
on YouTube, they have the whole, basically, with all the, they put them all each episode together to make one long thing without the interruptions of each, episode with the narration and everything. So you can listen to like the whole 6 hours on YouTube, and it's, you don't have to listen to the narration or like in some of them they get commercials and all that. But
oh really?
Well, in some versions, like some of the YouTube versions, they've got the whole NPR original recording, which would be in original episodes
from the actual radio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool to hear.
Yeah,
that'd be cool to hear.
But,
I remember listening. I remember being in the car driving home. Well, I wasn't driving. I was a little kid. But I remember the Star Wars one being on the radio. So I do remember hearing at least one of those.
Yeah.
Originally, back in 80 or 81 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually like the Star Wars. I guess all of them. I ended up buying them on CD and cassette. Back when they re-released the special editions, like the ones right behind you. I see them. Yeah. I think those were some of my first Amazon purchases back in the late 90s. The radio, I think, or maybe I got that at Barnes and Noble, but those were Amazon. I remember the actually Actually, I think that's another special edition. I think that's maybe
That was like 97, I think. Or, yeah, 96, 97. It wasn't so it had to be before that because it was before the special editions. Those aren't those are the last release of the
That's the last
edition.
original version of it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When they released the special editions on, this would have been VHS. This would have been way before I had a DVD.
Mm-hmm. Which was, I think they released them in later 97 when they were in theaters early 97. And
I was going to say,
VHS came out shortly after.
I was going to say, I remember buying the Star Wars special edition on VHS at a Tower Records in Berkeley the day that Princess Diana died. Because I remember riding over there with a friend of mine and hearing about it on the radio that she had died, and then buying that at the Tower Records. I remember that.
So that was 90. That was 97. Yeah,
it was 97. Yeah,
later 97. So what did you get, the widescreen or the full screen edition?
I got the widescreens.
Oh, good for you.
I got the widescreens, and then I ended up getting the full screens later.
Yeah. Actually, I got to look. I have a widescreen VHS box set of that version. I got to see if I can find that. I think I have it somewhere around here. I'll take a break in a little while and go find it. I'm not going to run away right now. But so yeah, I got the Laserdisc. I got the Laserdisc before I even had a Laserdisc player, and for a short time I had a working Laserdisc player. That was what I would, before it came on DVD, which was like 2004, 2005.
I have the original Laserdiscs.
Oh, really?
Star Wars,
like the
Empire
CBS Fox or oh, wow.
I think I bought them. I've never seen them. I've never had a player.
Yeah, that's what I did. And then later, after I bought those, I got the Laserdisc player.
But I have them, like the original release on Laserdisc.
Well, I used to, as we were saying, you guys were saying, I worked at a video store as well back in the 90s, and we sold Laserdiscs, and they had the original CBS Fox ones.
Yeah. Man, look at all this, man. Yeah, I remember we got for Christmas 1982. We got a
you had that strange, not the Laserdisc player, but you were talking about that the vinyl video player.
It was a disc. It was a video player, video disc.
Mm-hmm.
We got one of those for Christmas, and my first two video discs were Star Wars and Modern Times, Charlie Chaplin.
Oh wow.
So I would watch both of those, and how he has to go out. So I'll be right back.
All right.
But yeah, man.
Cool.
All right, I'll be right back.
Well, while he's going out, I guess I'll show you Laserdiscs. Without breaking anything. But yeah, this was. So let me see what year this was. Probably can't even read it. I'm guessing it was 90. So what does it say? 90, 95 or so. But yeah, it's got the whole spread. It's the only way you can get the large format, right? The big pictures and everything. Get the full on Laserdisc. Any of you kids haven't seen what Laserdiscs are? Back in the day, the quality was still below, not even DVD quality, but that's what I would watch them. I guess before they were on DVD, that was the best way to watch them. And so I bought a Laserdisc player at a pawn shop, and anytime I wanted to watch Star Wars, I'd put that in. You'd have to flip the disc, so it was like, I think it's 2 discs, and each disc was maybe 45 minutes. So it would be like at least 2 flips on, or at least 2 flips on one disc, and then at least one side on a third disc. But you can. There was all different kinds. Johnny was talking about. There was all different kinds of Laserdiscs. Johnny had there was some kind. I think he had the kind that was actually like a vinyl record. It had grooves, and then like a stylus would actually read it and turn it into a video signal, which is pretty cool. Like one of the earliest sort of I guess, home video formats. And actually, yeah, Laserdisc came out before VHS came out. I think. I could be wrong. Not before VHS, but Laserdisc was in development in the late 60s, I guess. Anyway, Johnny. But like you said, we got a few Star Wars things. Here's the radio drama. What's it say? How many hours? I think it's at least 6 hours long. What's going on in the chat? Laser. Oh, so yeah, Old Metal Dude. The original cuts of the original trilogy. If you go online, and nowadays, if I'm going to watch Star Wars at all, I probably watch one of the fan edits, which is like fans who have gotten a hold of the original 35 millimeter prints from 77 and you know, before George Lucas did all the changes to it. So if you look up I think it's called Project 4K or something like that, and there's like the Star Wars Silver Screen Edition, which is 1977. There's the Project 4K, which is, I think they had another early 35 millimeter print. But then you can get into like the ones where the fans kind of enhance it as much as they can. There's a guy out there who's been releasing, I think he already released Star Wars and Empire, and it's kind of like the fans special edition. It's not George Lucas's special edition. He basically cleaned up and got rid of all the stuff that the fans didn't like, and he did a new Wampa scene, and he did like his own, digital effects. And if you watch his version of Star Wars, like the whole trench battle, and it's all kinds of like dog fights, and there's like 2 or 3 times the amount of fighters and everything, and it's a lot more dynamic. But there's all kinds of different versions. There's the Grindhouse version that you can, it's just like a dirty print of the original Star Wars, and you can find the Super 8 versions. Have you ever heard of those, Johnny? The old Ken Films, Super 8 films, where it was like selected scenes of each of the films. You could get like the most you get is like a 20-minute edit of the film, but and some of them were only like a 4-minute edit. Highlights.
Maybe, yeah.
The 8 millimeter films. Those were the first. Man, I could just get so nerdy on this. I could really get into like the first releases of home formats of Star Wars. Back in the mid 2000s, when I was listening to podcasts, there was I can't remember who it was, but these guys did like a 3-hour podcast on every single video release of how you could watch it at home, or how you could watch it aside from being in the theaters, from the 16 millimeter prints a school could rent, to the 8 millimeter Ken films that had little selected scenes, to the first time HBO put it on, to the first time it was broadcast on TV, to the first time it was released on video cassette, first time it was released on Laserdisc, to the first time it was widescreen. And it's really just cool to see the evolution of not only the home video, but the way they took so long to release Star Wars, and they took the best formats. You couldn't get it in a good version until they re-released it in theaters in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, they would re-release the movie too in theaters. I remember Star Wars was in theaters in '82.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Before Jedi.
Yeah, and probably up until probably like 84 or 85. I'm sure they had showings of the 3 of them. The 3 that they had at the time. I would guess they probably did full. If they didn't do all 3, they at least would show some of the Star Wars, because it was back then, the movies would be in theaters for years, for a year or two anyway, and you wouldn't get to see it on video for 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was saying, I think the first video release of Star Wars was probably like 81 or 82. I don't know the exact date, but so it took several years.
Yeah, like I said, I remember I had the video disc in '82.
Yeah, so that was probably when the first
it was on that
official
and then
release.
It was
came
on
out.
VHS and Beta.
Yeah, Beta.
I remember a friend had a Beta player, and going over there and watching Star Wars over there.
Well, I remember my neighbor who owned a record store, or his dad owned a record store, and I don't know if at that time if they eventually started renting videos and stuff there as well, but he had a bootleg, and they were like the first house on the neighborhood to get a VCR. So this was probably maybe 80, 81, just before the official release came out, and he had a bootleg version of somebody who had taped it off the screen, or maybe he taped it off HBO or something, but it was just an unwatchable copy. Like, we were all so excited, like his dad was bringing it home from work. He got this like underground copy of Star Wars, and we were all, the neighborhood kids were all fans, and they had a home theater. They were one of my neighbor had like one of those old projection TVs that had like the 3 big giant bulbs, and it would project onto a screen.
Yeah. And, yeah.
So they had a home theater. I mean, this was the late 70s, early 80s, and we were all excited we're going to watch Star Wars, and when we finally put it on, it was basically unwatchable. I mean, maybe we sat through it, but but it was the first time you could watch it at home, so it was a big deal.
Man, I'll tell you something that's actually really cool. And yeah, Jason, hey, welcome, Jason Hobbs. Yeah, we're talking about Star Wars because it's Star Wars Day. But yeah, we're talking guitars though. We're talking Van Halen. If you have any questions for us about any of that stuff or anything else, tag either myself or John BL. Are you in the?
I'm in the chat. Yeah.
I'll put my name in there. There you go. That's me.
Oh, I probably shouldn't.
Let me see.
I didn't read that correctly.
Hang on. I saw another comment I wanted to. Where is it? Oh yeah, Steve. Yeah, Steve tagged me, and so I can see it. Steve Carmichael, welcome, man. Yeah, if you haven't, check out Steve's channel. He does a lot of I guess you'd call it woodworking. And he's got a lot of great videos on his channel.
Does he build guitars or other kind of stuff?
I don't know. I haven't seen that.
I used to love shop class. That was my favorite.
Search music around for a Johnson guitar that is a green Strat near you. Okay, definitely. Yeah, I never took. No, actually, I did. I did take shop class.
I built two guitars in shop. 2 terrible amateur hunks of wood that were sort of guitars. I didn't know what I was doing, but I built a double neck, which was a bass and a guitar, just because I wanted one, and it was probably weighed 20 pounds. And I showed one of them that I have a picture of. It was kind of cool, and I wish I still had that body. Just a crazy body shape that I kind of striped up yellow and black. But that's long gone. I don't know what happened to that. But yeah, shop was always fun. I always liked that. So, it'd be cool to get back into woodworking, but it's such a expensive hobby,
Man, we're all over the place here. I'm going to show you this real quick. Okay, see, I've got the
nice.
I've got the box set, man.
Cool.
I've got them all. And of course, they're in the they're all in the iPod now, so you don't.
Yeah.
But you guys, if you guys like Star Wars, you really got to check out the original radio drama series.
Definitely.
It's amazing because it's the original story, but it goes into so much more detail. So much more detail.
Yeah, all those scenes that you've heard of that with Biggs and on Tatooine and as well as all kinds of special little bonuses.
There's the other actors. Guy playing Darth Vader.
And they do all the special effect, all the sound effects, and all the music is on it as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, blurry. Yeah,
the John Williams music.
The sound effects is the real thing. All the music is the real thing. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
there it is. But yeah, here's the cast, and this is just the Star Wars. Oh, come on. Well.
So yeah, okay. Well, basically, I think it was Mark Hamill, Anthony Daniels. Did David? No, not David. David Prowse was Darth Vader. James Earl Jones.
No.
Did he do it?
No, it was a different guy. So it might be kind of weird hearing other people's voices, like the guy that plays Han Solo in these.
Yeah.
Is this actor named Perry King? And you guys might remember him from one of those 80s. It wasn't the A-Team. I want to say it was. There was a show called Riptide. Oh
yeah, I remember that.
One of the guys from that show is Han Solo on here.
Perry King.
Yeah. But once you get used to it, once you get into this, it's like, yeah, that is Mark Hamill. Yeah, that is Anthony Daniels. And even though the other voices aren't the ones from the movies, once you get into these,
oh, absolutely,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who it is because it's great. And look, you could order cups and stuff.
Man, I remember waiting for the QVC would every year. I don't know if maybe it was May the 4th, but QVC every year would have a whole Van Halen thing with Steven Sansweet, who was the ultimate Van Halen collector.
Yes, I know.
Way back in the day.
I remember him. I think he might live around here somewhere. I remember. Yeah.
Well, doesn't George Lucas live somewhere near you? Is it Modesto or? He's from
Modesto. That's where he was from. Yeah. That's where American Graffiti was filmed. No, he lives in Marin. He's got Skywalker Ranch.
That's right. Yeah, Skywalker Ranch. Luke, what's the Skywalker Sound? His recording studio. Well, at this point, it's more than a recording. The cinema. What do they call that?
The
mixing room. I don't know. They mix all kinds of movies and TV shows there.
Yeah. They mix. They record. I'm thinking Satriani did some work over there.
State of the art studios for them.
Jason Hobbs is asking, what's the closest you've heard to Eddie Van Halen's Brown sound from another person other than Eddie?
That's a good question.
Any YouTube references?
A lot of people were chasing that tone in the 80s.
You're talking about the sound, like not like somebody that sounds like him playing, but just the tone.
The brown sound.
As far as like the tone. Well, you're saying brown sound, so I guess you mean tone. Okay, what era are you talking? Because maybe you're saying brown. Maybe you mean like. I
mean, I guess we kind of
like first album
would be. Well, yeah, first 3 albums, first 4. I mean,
or the first album. I think it mainly is what
Brown. Yeah, but
82.
I think Fair Warning, and 82. Yeah, those were I mean, it's a sound that evolved. It was never just one sound. I mean, but that cranked Marshall sound, you know, turning everything to 10 and using the Variac to bring it to a reasonable decibel level.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of people who turned their Marshalls up to 10 or 11.
Yeah. Oh yeah, everybody wanted that sound.
I mean, that was
everybody
just
still does. People are
Pete-
still trying to get that, you know.
Yeah, Pete Townsend would turn his high watts all the way up. I mean, and I think they had only like 3 levels: a preamp, a tone, and a master.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he would go through 3 different heads, and if you wanted a little more distortion or a little more gain, he put it, you know, stomp on another an AB box that would put in another amp head. So it would be like going through 3 different stages, and so we'd get all kinds of different gain through that. But I don't know. I mean, with that, the Brown sound, there was, like I said, a lot of the effects pedal, you know, Boss one, it was chasing that, and they were all kind of chasing the tone.
Yeah. Friedman has a good one. The Friedman BEOD pedal that has like an earlier Van Halen tone. You know,
Because it really is. I mean, it's more of an overdrive than a distortion, I would say. Because at least on the first couple of albums, it's just volume.
It's all overdrive. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really a distortion.
I don't think I mean, I guess he didn't really get into distortion. I mean, he did probably like till 1984, 82, maybe. Just distort, you know, that kind of like. I think of like the Boss kind of the orange distortion.
His tone was always an overdrive, and it was a heavier overdrive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there's some overdrives like a Tube Screamer,
mm-hmm.
where you turn it on and it's still clean, but it's like a heavier clean tone.
Yeah,
you know. So Eddie's tone was always a heavier overdrive sound. I would say the sound really got more distorted with the PV 5150s.
Definitely, yeah.
Which would have been Carnal Knowledge. I think he was using like prototypes.
Soldanos and
on there, the Soldano,
the Marshall.
Yeah, the Soldano tone on the Cabo Wabo shows that they did was just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff MTV filmed.
Yes, the stuff MTV filmed. I have not found a good version of their shows. I've seen like kind of bootleg versions, but I haven't found a good version with good audio of the whole show. And I have seen the MTV stuff is good and sounds good, and you can get a good idea of what the tone is, but I haven't found a good full version of any of that.
No, I wish there was a complete version of them the opening night.
Yeah.
You know, because they played there maybe a couple other times, and the videos are like that version of Star Wars you were talking about.
Yeah, unwatchable.
It was just the camera was just like all over the place, you know.
It's too bad. Yeah, like so nowadays they have the actual EVH versions of his overdrive. 5150. And,
the EVH overdrive. It's called an overdrive, but it's more of a distortion. It's more of a heavier distortion pedal because it gets the sound of the blue channel of the EVH 5150 amps, which it's more distortion than overdrive. You know,
which is more of his 90s and later years sound,
like his recent sound from like that last album.
Yeah.
You know, because those are heavy amps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's called an overdrive, but it's not really. You can clean it up and you can get, you know, a lighter, distorted, overdriven sound, but it's not it's not like it's more of, you can get a much heavier tone out of it.
But that was the sound of the late '70s. I mean, just that it was. I mean, what was his original Marshall? Was it a Plexi?
It was an original. What year was it?
60. I don't know. I don't remember. But those Marshalls, I mean, they don't really have like a distortion circuit, and it's all just gain. It's two channels of, you turn up the preamp and then you turn up the master, and there's your gain.
It's
right?
gain. It's gain. It's overdrive.
Is it a gain channel like an overdrive?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar. I don't know the Marshalls.
68. Douglas saying
his was a 68.
Saying 68.
Mm-hmm.
I think Eddie got it in the early 70s. I think he
worked at a music store.
What he said was it was like the house amp at a club in Pasadena, maybe even Pasadena Civic or something. I don't know. But it was an amp that everybody that played that one, like a backline.
Yeah, I do remember hearing that story. But wasn't there one that he used to work at a music store for a short time, and then he got a bunch of gear from that when he was working there?
I don't know.
Or a separate Marshall head. Maybe it was.
I never heard of him working at a music store.
Yeah, I think I read that.
I've never heard of that.
I don't know. And I had never. I mean, I thought it was a kind of out of place because I had only heard it in that one interview that he had mentioned working. Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to find that at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what he would, crank that Marshall, and then the Variac would, I mean, it was actually just a kind of like a crude volume to the cabinet or to the.
It cranks
output.
the wattage. It makes it much louder.
Well, no, I think you can turn the amp all the way up, but the output of it, because he had said, at least in one of the books, if it was the Noel Monk book or the other one that had came out recently, that it was so loud that he couldn't play a lot of clubs with it. So he'd have to turn the Variac down to like 7, and that would be kind of like his volume. Or he'd even go on 2 at some point because those Marshalls were so loud. Anyone in the chat remember that story that he used the Variac to make it not as loud because it was too loud, just the cranked, and it would kind of like turn the tubes down, sort of is what it would do. It would turn the tubes down, but you'd still get that really overdriven Marshall sound, but it would
give him much more amp than what was there. Yeah, at a lower volume.
At a lower volume, yes, that's what
they make all that stuff now. You can actually get what was Marshall? What were those things called? Hey, Zach. I think I might have had one at some point. Yeah, Power Soak. Thank you, Douglas.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Old Metal Dude was saying the jumper cable between channels. Do you know how that worked? Because you'd have like on some of those Marshalls, you'd have like 4 different inputs, and then some of them would be jumped together. Is that just goes like to another preamp stage or something like that?
I think you would just hook them together.
Yeah, I always wondered how that worked. I had a couple of 4x12 heads. In fact, I had a nice PV that I never realized it was the precursor to the 5150. It was the 1/6 VTM. Is that what it was? The PV.
Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah.
VTM. I had a VTM 160 or 120, something like that, and just for I got a good deal on it at the local music store, and at the time I used it for maybe a year or so, and I mean I wasn't even playing guitar at that time. I was playing bass, and I had a drum set. I had, a 4x12. I put all my money into different kinds of gear, a PA system and all that. So if I ever, found the right band to play with, it would like, you know what? I got it covered. I got everything. I got a PA system. I got everything. So, but eventually I ended up getting rid of all that stuff.
Wow.
But it's the story. I mean, we've all had the gear that we've gotten rid of along the way, or, like my Kramer Focus, another one that I had for a short time, and I wish I still had it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah. I've had a couple. Well, Kramer Focuses. I've had tons of them.
Yeah.
I only have one left. My original one, right there. There it is.
Oh, that's good.
But I've got the PV 5150. The original 1992 amp, and then I've got a 412 PV 5150 412. I used to have another 412, a straight cab that I didn't build. I either bought it or someone gave it to me. The cabinet. That's
something I wanted to ask you, or if you knew those cabinets, the ones that are on display from his '78 tour when he had like they were natural wood, and I don't think were the speakers exposed, or there was still a grill on those, I think. What were those Marshalls that he had taken the leather off, or the whatever you call it, the vinyl siding off?
The outsides. The outside.
Because he had it seemed like he had dozens of those cabinets. They're in all the the pictures in the studio and everything like that. He used them everywhere, and he would have at least 6 of them on stage in '78, and probably at the Smithsonian, or whatever, not the Smithsonian, the Met.
The Met.
He's got that display. I don't know whether were those Marshalls. Do you know what kind of cabinets? Were they homemade, or?
I don't know. I don't know if they're Marshalls. They could be. They could be just random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Jason says empty cabs.
They weren't empty, but they weren't. I don't think he powered them all. I think he powered like the top 3. I think he would power, or maybe the bottom 3. I don't know which one he would use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of that stuff is for looks.
Yeah.
When you see all those cabs on stage, there's maybe only like 2 or 3 that are actually working.
Right.
Well,
I wondered that, like when you have especially Van Halen, they had like basically the set pieces that were speakers all over, and especially 81.
Oh, like in Fair Warning and 84.
Fair Warning and 84. Yeah, and so I wonder. I mean, it just looked so impressive. I wonder how much. I guarantee the stage volume was just crazy, regardless of which.
I think a lot of that stuff was for looks. I don't think all that stuff was on because you couldn't walk around. Remember in '84? In '84, they had all that speakers and stuff.
Right.
They had the stairs going up to the keyboard sections.
Right.
There'd be keyboards on each side, where Michael would be on one side, Ed would be on the other side for like I'll Wait and Jump.
Right. But I mean, in their stage monitors would cover most of that stuff. But I would still think that the stage volume would be just super loud, especially for a band like them, and because the arena volume is going to be super loud, so they have to compete with that. So without hearing the echo of the main PA.
Mm-hmm.
So no, regardless of if those were dummy cabinets or not, it was a loud stage, I guarantee.
Oh yeah. It probably was.
Ear piercing.
Yeah,
but that would have been cool to. Oh, did you see that there's a documentary coming out about Lost Weekend?
Yeah, I saw the trailer for it. Well, I'm friends with that guy.
Kurt, yeah,
Kurt Jeffries. Yeah, he's been on the show. He's been on here. Yeah, I first heard of it through his page, actually.
I wonder what have you heard? What else have you heard about it? The project, the film. I don't know.
I haven't heard anything. I mean, I saw the trailer for it. I know people are looking for it because I'm getting tons of views on that old video.
I think it's premiering this week in New York. That's what I had heard on the radio. And
cool.
That'd be cool to see. I mean, is it? God, there's got to be some rare Van Halen stuff out there with it in it. You know. We've seen a lot of the behind the scenes. Cool. A lot of it has leaked, and a lot of it was just MTV played as much as they, all kinds of, probably a full hour special or something on it, or a lot of clips anyway that I've seen from MTV. But I'm wondering if it was like an actual, because there was a film crew following him around for a lot of that, and a lot of it we've seen, with him on stage getting the cake in the face and all that, backstage. And man, it sounds like for a contest winner, he really, they could have had some kid who just, didn't give a shit and was, just wanted to see the show, but he partied with them and did everything. It sounds like, and that was a wild tour and a couple of shows that he was at.
It was
Detroit.
He was at something like 3 shows or something.
Yeah.
Or 2 shows.
But it sounds like he really got along with the band and like he was really like welcomed into their crew.
Mm-hmm. He talks about it. Yeah, you guys, there'll be a card right here on playback of our video with Kurt Jeffries, which was a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a great interview.
It was cool. It was cool. And Steve Carmichael. Cool. Okay. Look up Valerie's home cooking episode, season 9, episode 5. So she is celebrating Wolfie's solo album.
Oh, wow.
We'll have to get John Biel to look that up.
Yeah. Could you check that out?
Put it in the Discord.
Sure.
Yeah.
Season,
you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a Discord server. Link is right down below. And we post a lot of the stuff that we talk about. We post over there. Oh, you got one of those too?
Oh yeah. Sound machine.
Man. Where's Nightbot? Have you seen Nightbot?
No, I don't think so. I'm on live. I got to get on live chat here.
Yeah, I don't see Nightbot at all.
No. 45 watching. 34 thumbs up. Let's see if we can get 40. See if we can get 40 thumbs up. Let's get those.
The chat isn't moving fast enough to wake Nightbot up. I think that's what it is. See if I can wake him up. I could actually wake him up with a command, but I don't. Hi, bot. Wait a minute. The chat has to be moving to get Nightbot in here.
I got these. They're like Rolos with M&Ms and pretzels. Really good.
Oh man, those look good.
One of my coworkers made these.
See if that does it. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to wake up our the guy that helps us out.
Nightbot.
Yeah, all the links that we have Nightbot puts in there, but Nightbot is tired, Brett says.
It's been a long week.
Let me see.
Frank Corcoran, how you doing?
Yeah, I think the chat has to move a little quicker to get Nightbot in here.
Come on, folks. Thumbs up. Chat along.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Straturday Night Live.
Leave a thumbs up. We're up to 38. Let's see if we can get trying to get up to 100. So what? Wow, this is so weird, man. So we got Star Wars. It's still May the 4th here.
That's right.
I've got some stuff I was going to show.
Yeah, what do you got?
Yeah. Yeah, and don't forget the coupon code for Tessie Switch. Which Tessie, what is it? Actually, yeah, Tessie, send me let me know what the coupon code is. No, I'll give it as Nightbot, so Nightbot can just be posting that out every time.
Johnny Bean 15.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna remember that. Actually, let me do this. Actually, I have an idea how to get Nightbot in here. But man, yeah, you guys, welcome. We're talking about guitars. We're talking about Star Wars. We love Star Wars.
Definitely.
You know, there's Star Wars guitars out there.
Oh yeah, the Millennium Falcon one. I've seen that one. And then graphics from all kinds of graphic guitars with the Star Wars graphics on them.
Enable. All right. Maybe if I enable one of these other.
So yeah. You got my Chewy tin. This was boxer shorts. I'll spare you the actual shorts.
Oh, are you gonna put them on and stand up for us?
No, but it's got a cool tin on it. It's and I don't know if you can read it. It says I did it all for the Wookiee. That's what the shorts say.
Oh man. Holy cow. The sound toys, John? You can get these at Target. Target has
the Sound Machine.
It's the Sound Machine.
On Amazon too.
Yeah, that wow. Yeah, Tessie switch. Yeah, we got to get a good Nightbot with a Tessie switch.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Nightbot. I don't know.
I know. The chat has to be moving.
Actually, it is moving.
Well, it has to be quicker. How's that? Here's how we can do that. We got 48 people watching. Let us know in the chat where you're watching from right now.
Oh yeah.
Like what state? What state are you in? And I think that'll get Nightbot up. Like I'll start. I'll start right here. That's me. RJ is in California. John BL, you're in Massachusetts. All right. It's going to start going. I don't know if I can read all
this. We got Wisconsin, Alberta, Shulman's from Florida,
New York, Tennessee, Georgia, Canada, Overdrive It, Ohio, Montana,
Tennessee, Georgia, Ontario. A few people from Ontario. Got a few Canadians. Still missing Steve Anderson, man.
Yeah, I see him in the Discord.
Yeah, I've seen him in there, but
I haven't talked to him though.
No. Orange County. Yeah, Ontario. Soda Pop. Yeah, no Nightbot.
Let me see. Let me look into this. Look at the dashboard here. May 4th. May 4th. It said, is that true? 5-4.
The dog. Jason.
Actually,
he must be talking to somebody else.
I guess I could log back in, but I am logged in.
Oh well.
Here. Okay, I'm going to log back in. See if that does it.
Germany. Who's from Germany? The Con or Tho Con. Heidelberg, Germany. Welcome. Is that
Okay.
like Tho Con is from joining us from Heidelberg, Germany. Very
Oh,
nice.
wow. Welcome. What time is it in Germany right now? JJ. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. That's cool.
Oh, okay. On Ben's channel. Check that out.
Okay, I just logged back in over on Nightbot, so maybe Nightbot will show up. Yeah, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Nightbot is something that I use to help post links. Basically, it just helps. Like it has like links to like my website and different
Promotion.
different stuff. Yeah,
Shameless self-promotion.
yeah. Howie is in the other room. He is here though. Okay, I logged back in, but yeah, I know sometimes Nightbot just doesn't show up.
Yeah, we'll see.
There's
Keep an eye on it.
Sometimes it's just not there. But yeah, the chat has to be like moving. I'm gonna do this again one more time. Like it has to be like moving.
Well, I still haven't seen it once, and it's moving.
I know. Wait, I should do this one.
If that's not considered moving, then it's yeah, you may as well say the same thing. Just keep hitting the same thing over and over. You don't have to do anything different.
Oh, there you go.
Well,
oh well, I guess Nightbot just isn't around tonight.
Yeah. You said you got a few things you wanted to show. Some any Star Wars stuff you want to get to show? What else
I do. Well, I got these. You know, the radio dramas.
The radio drama, yeah,
which is cool. But I do have some really cool stuff. Right here. I got my folder here, which says
Johnny Beane.
Johnny Beane. I didn't write that. That was I went to the Star Wars convention in San Francisco in 1997.
Really?
And yeah, very nerdy. Oh, here's the actual flyer for it. August 22, 23, 24, 1997.
Wow.
Concourse
so that was shortly
Center.
after the special editions came out, or that that summer after they came out.
March, April. It was like right after.
Yeah,
it was right after. Here's the original flyer.
Oh my
right here. That's all the people that a lot of people.
Warwick Davis. All right, so let me. All right,
well,
so who can?
He didn't show up.
Well, anyway, who can say which part each of these actors played? Well, it says right under them, but I guess.
Does it? Oh, it does. All right. So, yeah, these are a bunch of people that were there. Although Warwick Davis didn't show up and Mark Hamill didn't show up, even though he's not on here. Mark Hamill was supposed to be there, but he didn't.
Michael Carter, Bib Fortuna, huh?
Yeah.
Jeremy Bulloch was not supposed to play Boba Fett, I think. Or no, what was the story behind that? I think he ended up playing one of the Imperial or the Emperor's guards. So he was only supposed to play Boba Fett, but then he ended up playing a full-on Imperial.
He played one of the Imperials, the one
who's holding Leia.
Who's holding Leia when Luke arrives at Bespin.
Yeah,
and the stormtroopers are shooting at Luke. That Imperial that's walking with Leia, that's holding her. That was Boba Fett. That was the same dude.
Yep,
that's Jeremy Bulloch.
Kenny Baker, who was among other, he was the R2D2. Anytime R2 moved, like aside from just rolling along, that was Kenny Baker. And as well as I think he played some Ewoks, he played a Jawa, he played all those the little people. Him and Warwick.
Yeah.
Is it Warwick or Warwick?
It's Warwick.
Warwick Davis, yeah.
It's Warwick Davis.
And he played Wicket in Return of the Jedi, the Ewok.
Speaking of Return of the Jedi, here's one of the things that I got right here. If you remember,
what's her name?
You remember her?
Yeah, in the briefing room there. The rebels. Many Bothans gave their lives for this.
Yeah. Mon Mothra or something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I think that was her name. Anyway,
Mothma. Yeah.
Or Mothma.
And she was in Rogue One as well, I think.
Rogue One. Yeah, there was one. There we go. Yeah, I saw her. Why? I have a feeling like all that stuff isn't in here.
Missing some of it. That must have been a pretty cool convention, though. I mean, that's a huge. Even though they were kind of like, I guess, B-list characters from the films. That's quite a good selection of B-list characters, anyway, and well, A-list too.
Let me see. Yeah.
Star Wars was big in '97. I remember, going to the special editions in the theater, and it was just, we went to there was only a handful of THX theaters at that time. I don't know if but the best theaters we could find to see the special editions, and it was, it had been. Seemed like years since there was really any new Star Wars material, and that was just crazy when they came up with the deleted scenes and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I went to see those all the time. Okay, this is really weird. I'm missing like all these other autographs. I don't know why they're not in here. They must be in another folder or somewhere. But here's a couple other things. This isn't the original one that I had when I was a kid. Did you have this?
I think I had that. I do have like a Random House.
The little record.
The record, yeah, I had that. I don't know if I had the record or the cassette or something like that, but
yeah, I had this when I was a little kid. This isn't the one that I bought. I ended up buying this at the convention.
This is one that I had when I was a little kid. This is like the earliest Star Wars memorabilia that I have.
Oh, whoa! I never.
It's like I guess is it Random House or I don't know, but it's Random House. And this thing's been beat, but I don't know. I don't think it came with a record or anything. I think it was just a regular book. But I'll show some of the art. There's some really cool art in here, actually. Look at. I can't see that. I don't know who the artist was though. But and then, strangely, I found this. What's interesting about that picture? Chewie never really got a medal, but he did in this version.
Wow,
yeah.
That's cool.
It's kind of a cool picture. I wish I had when I heard that Peter Mayhew died. I wish I had posted that picture. The original artwork from, and it's like an original story too about R2-D2. Mark Corcoran. I wonder if he's related to Frank Corcoran. He did the illustrations, so it's I mean, you got the Ralph McQuarrie stuff, which is like the really, fine art kind of stuff, and then these are really like watercolors and sort of comic kind of artistic stuff. Like you look at Han Solo. I mean, that's like a comic book character kind of. Anyway.
Yeah, that's wild, man. I never saw that. But But so yeah, I got this at the convention.
That's cool.
And it's like the original has the original audio from the film, you know, on the little record, and it's a little book, so it basically tells the story. Okay,
I'm sure I had that. I had a couple of the, and it would like beep to go to the next page and tell you when to flip.
Yeah. So anyway, so I got some signatures.
Oh, nice.
There's Anthony Daniels, C3PO.
Very cool.
To Johnny, right there with force is what he would say. Let's see. There, I got that. This is cool. I got this.
Nice, David Prowse.
David Prowse,
the real Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's what he would write. He would always like the real. Darth Vader.
He was kind of pissed that he couldn't use his voice in the film. I think when they were filming it on set, he didn't realize that, or they didn't tell him that they were going to overdub his voice with James Earl Jones.
Yeah. That signature there, that's Uncle Owen. Right there. His name was, I think it was Ray Brown. I think was his Phil Brown. Phil Brown was his name.
Wow.
I'm blurry. I think that's all the signatures I got. Man, that was always an awesome picture right there. I always loved this picture.
Oh yeah.
Right there of the stormtroopers.
Man, I definitely had that because I remember that pink smoke. Or I had the big picture book too. I don't know if maybe some of the same pictures were in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm missing all these autographs. They're not in here. They have to be somewhere. Here's some pictures right here. These were taken in Phoenix, Arizona. I know I'm blurry, but these were taken in Phoenix, Arizona of Darth Vader in what year was that? Like 1980?
Yeah, that looks pretty old.
Doing an appearance at a store.
Was it David Prowse or just an actor? Or?
Well, I asked David Prowse about it. Look at that. That's a cool picture.
Yeah.
That's actually like an actual costume there.
I don't think I've seen those. Those are
You know? Yeah. One of my parents took these pictures. So yeah, these pictures are unpublished.
Oh wow.
I've had these, my whole life, these pictures. But yeah, if you Google it, there's actually a guy that dressed up.
Oh, and he did publicity
and did all the publicity and stuff. But yeah, I remember asking Dave Prowse at that convention. We were actually walking. We were walking through the convention hall, and I told him, I'm like, I don't think I had the pictures with me, but I remember asking him, I'm like, were you in Phoenix, Arizona on this, around this time? I think I met you, and he's like, no. He's like, it wasn't me.
Yeah,
I wasn't there.
Else.
Wasn't there?
He also put out a documentary recently. I think it was him. He got pretty screwed from, the royalties and that kind of stuff from the films, and they didn't want him to be involved in the prequels and stuff like that, or as I can't remember what the whole story was, but he came out in the past couple of years and he had a documentary about some of this stuff that went on the set, and in some ways he was screwed. Like I think George Lucas didn't want him at some of the conventions, or they didn't want him promoting a lot of the material. I don't know what the whole story is, but there was something that came out about him.
I know. Something went down. For some reason, I have this in there. I'm not going to show the phone number. For some reason, this is in here.
On the Edge.
On the Edge video.
Yeah.
Thank you, RJ, to start a new camera fund. Yeah, my camera sucks.
Focus.
It's horrible. It's horrible. I don't know why this is in there. Maybe these guys were at that convention. I don't know. But it's all bootlegs, all banned bootlegs that they're
really?
Back that they're selling.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's all.
Go through some of those. Let me say, I remember getting some of those companies that would through snail mail you'd order the video cassette, and
yeah.
That's how I got to Us Festival and A lot of those
I used to do that. I used to do that. RJ, thank you again, man. Thank you very much. Here's the Van Halen section. Here, wait. Huh? Wait, the Van Halen section is like 5 videos?
Well,
Wow. Yeah, the Van Halen section, there's nothing there. If you can
nothing
see
at all, or okay, so
there's like 5 dates.
okay.
Can you see them?
Have I seen them all? Yeah. So Us Festival,
Us Festival, Buffalo, New York, 88. Kansas City, 91. I was there. I was at that show.
Kansas City.
Kansas City, 91.
I think I've seen that. That's on YouTube.
It's
right?
on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah.
Terrible audio.
I was there. I was lawn section. Argentina 83, Detroit 86, Miami 88, Nassau, New York 91.
Miami 88. I don't know if I've seen that one.
I've seen it. Most of these titles are on YouTube.
I'm sure. I mean, yeah, a lot of those late 80s ones were terrible audio. It's hard to watch them with the bad audio.
So the Van Halen section on this thing
Pretty
is
small, huh?
really small, yeah. Man, where are those other signatures? Because I've got Jeremy Bullock, I've got another one with Anthony Daniel. I've got tons of them.
Wow.
Hey, Sonia. Welcome, Sonia. Bam Ozzy's here.
Yeah, hit the thumbs up. We're let's see if we can get 50. We're at 46. Looking good though. We lost some goose eggs, which is very cool.
Yeah, that's very strange.
But hey,
how does that happen? Goose eggs.
I don't know what you would call it.
What, goose eggs? So they don't. You wouldn't. They don't taste good. Is that what?
I don't know. Isn't that mean like a something negative? A goose egg? You got a goose egg, or
I don't know. Are goose eggs bad?
Goose eggs are probably good. I know duck egg. My dad was telling us a story of getting sick on a duck egg, but I don't know about goose eggs.
Duck egg. Oh my gosh.
Well, you're the egg man. How many eggs did you get today?
Oh. Actually, I didn't bring them in. There's still a bunch out there. There's like 5 or something.
That's breakfast.
Yeah. Wow.
Very good.
Somebody was saying they want to see some of these guitars. I want to say it was Jason Hobbs, I think. Okay. All right. Which guitar do you guys want to see? I've got the 84 Kramer. I've got EVH Wolfgangs. I've got the Silvertone. Kramer Focus. I've got that Strat right there. Which guitar do you guys want to see? Or maybe even hear. I could actually plug in if you guys want to hear some stuff. Can't play any covers, but I can play I can play my own stuff. Replicas. Joe, you don't like that, man? But it's May the 4th. It's Star Wars Day.
Who's saying they don't like that?
Joe is saying,
no more movie talk, man. Did you work at a video store?
Me?
I know Jay and Dave were saying they worked at a video store. I worked at a video store for a while, man. It was a fun job.
Did you get popcorn?
Well, they had microwave popcorn. I probably, I don't know if I ever grabbed any, but I lost several movies while I was working there, and that was how I started my first movie collection.
Wait a minute.
You know, they've been out of business for 20 years, so I'm not saying anything.
Jay was telling a similar story last night.
I know.
Is that what goes down at those places?
No, I mean it's that was back in the, if you couldn't get, the story like of the rental, those places would buy those video cassettes and they'd be like $90 to $100 a piece. You wanted to get a new movie that came out, you know, whenever.
I remember when Return of the Jedi came out on VHS in 86. It came out in 86, and we bought it, and it was like close to $100
Yeah,
for a VHS tape.
Until movies were out on DVD
in pan and scan or whatever.
Oh yeah,
pan scan where it's like a square and the square moves side to side. It's the worst.
Oh yeah, that was the best you had.
Sorry, Joe. We're talking movies again.
That was the best you could get for a long time, and then unless you had a Laserdisc player or, you know, I think the first VHS widescreen release wasn't until the late '80s, maybe or early '90s.
I don't know,
but yeah, pan and scan.
Pan and scan. Well, hey, yeah, I'll plug a guitar in. Let me know which guitar you want me to plug in, and I have to use the bathroom.
All right. So then I'm gonna use the bathroom when you get back.
I will return with the guitar. Let me know which guitar do you want me to plug in. Let me know. And yeah.
Anything else going on in the chat? World's oldest Virgin Day. Yeah. May the 4th. May the 4th is also known. Yes. Hey, I mean, ouch. Wow, that was loud. But yeah, I mean, there's that certain age group that we were, you know, the first movie came out when I was 3, and that was my childhood. So Star Wars has always been, you know, had a place in my heart. It's even when it sucked in the prequels and all that. But just about anything Star Wars I like. Yeah. Let me see. Let's look at some more pictures from that book. There's, like I said, there's pretty cool art. It's the story of I don't remember even. The Mystery of the Rebellious Robot. 3PO and R2. This picture, I remember this. God, this is like an old. This was certainly nothing that was in the movie, but they're looking at like some robot part, and I can remember that picture. I think it was just it's like a faucet. There's a little faucet on there. If you can look at that. I don't even know what they're looking at, but C-3PO on a dolly. Or whatever you want to call that, two-wheeler. But yeah. So, what else is going on? Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. I bought a sound effects CD and they listed the sounds as copyrighted, couldn't be used for sounds online. Really? Mad Dog, what's your problem with geeks, you know? Hand truck. Thank you, Douglas. What do we got? It's 1:51 here in Massachusetts. Yeah, Jar Jar Binks, George Lucas's favorite character. And nobody else's. Anyway. So which guitar do you guys want to see of Johnny's? Have we said that yet? I think we've seen all of them at one point or another, but
yeah. Well, I got one. I picked one up.
Cool.
Let's see. There we go. All right. I got this one. The one that was behind me.
Oh, there we go.
The 84.
Yeah, they want to see replicas. So.
The 84 Kramer. Right there. This was a gift from our good friend David Nesdall. He gave this to me. And it's a good guitar.
It's very, yeah, it looks like,
you know. It's professionally done.
What company was it that built that?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought. Well, you have a replica that was built. Was it your 5150 replica?
Yeah. That's GMW.
GMW. Yeah.
And I'm going to change the settings on my microphone so you guys can hear the music better. Let me know. Okay, here's the change. There we go. There's the change. Let me know if
yeah, you sound all right. Sounds fine.
Oh crap. Let me know if this is too loud. Wait, where are we?
Let's see if we can.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, a little loud. It's a little loud. Sounds good.
This okay?
Yeah. Can you hear that?
Oh, you got the drums going?
I should get my drum pad out, but this is just a phone app.
Oh, that's on your phone? That's cool. Yeah, sorry you guys can't see me playing.
Sounds good though.
Fire the drummer.
I wish I had I have a whole pad with you could play with sticks, but I don't have that hooked up.
Man.
It's hard to play with your fingers.
I wonder if we'll get busted for playing Star Wars music. Do you know Imperial March?
How about this?
Oh, no.
Yeah, you'll get busted for that.
There we go.
That's it.
There, right there. Yeah. Next one.
Almost.
Here's how I'm playing it. And yeah, I'm just making this up, you guys. I don't know what it is. Here's how I'm doing it. Are we in the same tuning? Are you in regular tuning?
D, yeah.
I'm doing it like this. Hey, Mike.
That's it.
Hello from Texas. Hey, Mike. Welcome. It's May the 4th. We're learning Star Wars songs. Oh, do you think we'll get busted for playing this song yet? Do you think we'll try it? We'll see what happens. Oh, God. Ouch.
Sounds better plugged in.
Well, I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, this is my. It's not an actual Kramer. It says it is. The reason there's 2 stars on there is because this was a backup guitar. So yeah, meaning a backup guitar, His main guitar had
On-
1 star, backup has 2 stars.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
The 5150 has 1 star. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. That's right. That's right. Yep.
And he used that as a backup, what, through 88, maybe? At least 86, right?
Actually, it was a main guitar in '86.
Oh,
It was used for the song "Good Enough" in '86. It had a lower string,
tuned down, right?
It was a heavier, like an A bass string or something.
Oh wow!
Used for "Good Enough."
Yeah, I've heard that.
So it was a main guitar only for 1 song in '86. It was a backup in '84, and technically it was a backup in '88, but you never saw it ever.
Mm-hmm.
And it is believed that Wolfgang Van Halen owns this guitar now. It's believed. It was a Christmas gift. James Orcutt. Thank you, man. And James, welcome back, dude. Haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, thanks, James.
James Orcutt is a long time viewer on here.
I would think Wolfgang could just kind of like walk into, the warehouse and say, I mean, he's been seen with several of the originals, like the Shark and what else?
Frankenstein,
and so I would think
the little Les Pauls,
little guitars.
Yeah, the warehouse.
Whatever it is at this point,
Yeah, James Orcutt. Good to see you, man. Yeah, James is a longtime viewer of the videos on here. Mm-hmm. The videos, the streams, the live streams on the channel here. I have not listened to the Noel Monk book. I do know that that there is an audio version of it. I'll probably have to listen to that.
This one? Yeah, I read it. I should read it again. It's a couple of years old now. 2017. I wish they'd make a movie out of that. Geez, they made that Motley Crue movie. Be great if they could, even if it was a Netflix movie. The Motley Crue movie wasn't anything spectacular, but it was entertaining, and it'd be kind of cool to see something better than that last thing, the Van Halen history that they had with the guys in the wigs and all that. What was that on?
What?
Do you remember that? Remember that one?
The Van Halen one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
But I enjoyed the Motley Crue, the Dirt. That was if they could do something at least in that that style, and it'd be pretty. It'd be cool to see the Noel Monk stories.
Mm-hmm.
In a full movie format.
Mm-hmm.
They're making all kinds of rock movies these days.
I know. Mike is saying he found the channel here when we interviewed Greg Renoff, Van Halen Rising. Mike, how recently did you discover that? Because for some reason I noticed in my analytics, my video with Greg Renoff got like tons of hits recently. Like tons.
When was that interview? That was
like a couple years ago.
A couple of years, yeah.
Like 2 days ago? How did you come across the video? Like, where was it suggested? Was it posted somewhere? Is my audio okay? Do I sound all right?
That cable is buzzing.
Yeah. Oh, you can hear it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna change it back. Oh. There we go. I changed back to voice. Oh, Mike. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, I noticed a bunch of my older videos are actually getting a lot of views lately.
Oh, so yeah, people are linking them. getting linked to them.
Suggested. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I get like 2,000 views, a day,
Very good.
different videos. Oh, I'm plugged in. Whoops.
How do you have that? How do you have that running through? Is that your?
Right now, I'm running through a pod.
Like an iRig or?
No, like a pod, like the X3, the Line 6.
Oh yeah, okay.
The tabletop, the kidney bean is what they call it. I've been using those things for years.
We have the gearbox. Line 6.
Is that the red one? Or no, that's another one.
It's red. But it's
the front. Oh, okay. It's USB?
Yeah, this is old. This is at least 10 years old. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Buzz is a Buzzode? Welcome.
Buzzode Buzz. Hey, John.
Buzzode Buzz. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. If you guys are just jumping in, leave a thumbs up.
Yeah.
And subscribe if you're brand new to the channel, to the scene. We like to talk. Well, we love EVH stuff. We love Van Halen stuff. We love guitars, all kinds of stuff.
Definitely.
And we are talking some Star Wars tonight because it is Star Wars Day.
That's right.
May the 4th. Although now
May the 4th.
For you, it's Revenge of the 5th now.
Revenge of the 5th. I guess you could keep, yeah.
Which it will be for me tomorrow. I'm in Santa Cruz, California, Mike. Where are you at, John?
I'm in Haverhill, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
Merrimack Valley. Where are you guys from? Yeah.
Yeah, let us know again in the chat where you're from. Let us know.
Houston.
Awesome. Planet Houston.
I just remember that was Superman 2, right?
Yeah.
Houston.
Planet Houston.
You're a fan of those movies, right? Superman, man, that was, I think.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That I still don't know if it was that or Star Wars that was the first movie I ever saw in the theater. What did they come out the same year? Or was it 78? No. 78 for Superman?
Superman was 78. I recently saw that in the theater. They re-released it some months back, and we went and saw it.
Really?
Superman the movie.
Oh, wow.
The movie, yeah. That's the big screen. On the big screen. And I've seen the movie a billion times, because the DVD. It was released on DVD in the year 2000. We got Montana.
Which was the one that they did? Wasn't there a TV edit? It was kind of combined both of 1 and 2, or something. There was a re-release of Superman 2 that
there was a
was
Richard
on TV.
Donner. There was a Donner cut of Superman 2, which has a totally different beginning, which is really cool.
Yeah, there was a lot of extra footage that he had filmed or something that well, I guess maybe it was just the full-on director's cut that
we're talking about
was
movies
very different. I know. Well, it's all right.
Simon Williams. Oh, Christopher Healy's from Ireland. Welcome.
Nice. Simon Williams in the UK.
Wow. Favorite movie of all time, Mike is asking in the chat. Yeah, what's your favorite movie
hard to
of all time?
My first Star Wars would probably be my first. It was my first franchise, the first movies that I was really like a huge fan of. And to this day, I mean, it's literally like the only kind of movie franchise that I'm not a Marvel guy or a Avengers or whatever that DC or any of that. I don't.
What's the one that's out now?
Isn't it? It's the final movie of like the Avengers series or something.
Good night, Janice.
it's a, I don't know, but it's a huge deal in that circle, you know, of the, I guess the Marvel universe, Endgame or something like that. I think that's what it's called.
Hmm.
Avengers Endgame.
I haven't seen any of that, so I don't.
No.
Although I would go see it for popcorn. I heard it was like 3 hours long though,
Yeah.
and I'd run out of popcorn by then. So
Well, they were in around here, and I think in several cities, they were doing a whole marathon of like it was like 50 something hours of Marvel movies, and they had like, you know, like shower facilities outside. They had like, you know, all like these.
well, but they had that anyway, though, right?
Well, you know, I don't know. I don't think those type of fans are really going to need to take the break to go take a shower. But they had like a yoga studio and all that, just to get through 50 some hours of Marvel movies. Oh my God!
Wow. Back to the Future.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back, I guess, was probably my favorite of the original trilogy. You know, it's hard to kind of pick one movie that's, I mean, right now, my favorite movie, I'd have to think. I don't, you know, there's a lot of movies that I watch, and just a lot of like stupid comedies that I watch, Will Ferrell movies and that kind of stuff that I love, that I could just watch over and over.
Oh, he's insane, man.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller,
and some of those movies are just the goofy comedies I love. But, you know, serious movie, I don't even know if you call it Star Wars serious, but I mean, any of those.
No, it's not. I mean, it kind of is, but
it's not like, I mean, yeah, it's not like, it's not Gone with the Wind, but Gone with the Wind sucked. I tried to watch that several times. I couldn't get through it.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
But I do like, there's several, you know, Citizen Kane is one of my favorite old movies.
I think I got some sun today. I have a feeling I
went to the beach. Yeah, you look a little red.
Am I? Well, I've got an orange gel though here as well, but yeah, I might have got some sun.
Wow.
I'm just noticing.
That's not good.
Alien.
Yeah,
1978. Alien. I've never seen Alien. Is that bad?
Oh,
I've never seen it.
Alien was good, but Aliens was the bigger one. I think I remember seeing Aliens, and that was sometime in the mid '80s. I think I saw that in the theater. Hair, Citizen Kane, yeah.
Lobster cheeks.
Rosebud. But
yeah, what's going on?
What?
Yeah, it seems like I got some sun. Like I'm just noticing it, but I don't know.
That's all right. It's not, you know, a little bit of sun's all right.
I'm gonna have to go look in the mirror.
Those of us that don't get out much, sun's gonna do a little damage, you know.
Well, we were gonna go back tomorrow.
Yeah,
we were gonna go back to the beach tomorrow with Howie because it's the weather here is so great.
Yeah, it's been terrible around here, man. It'll be a few weeks before we have any beach weather around here. But we still got like, you know, 40-degree nights and 50-degree days.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Mike. That's okay. That's good. Top 3 Van Halen songs.
It changes again. That's something that changes a lot. But if you had to, you know, the go-to, I think. What is it? It's hard to say. I don't know. Can you think of your top 3? I think a couple off '84. I would definitely say "Girl Gone Bad" is in the top 3. Unchained would probably be another one, and then maybe 5150. Those are probably my current quick thinking top 3.
Yeah.
Or Mean Street. I don't know. Unchained, something off of Fair Warning. Mean
I don't know.
Street or
Well, I've heard all those songs so many times. Which I mean, I guess we all have.
yeah.
Um,
I think 5150 would be on there.
I would say if I had to pick 3 songs to put on a mixtape to listen to, you know, whatever. The thing is, I guess we got, you know, time to kill. I mean, it depends on what I'm into, you know, like
we're 50-51. We're at 50-51.
50-50. Oh yeah,
51-51.
51 watching, 51 thumbs ups. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, leave a thumbs up if you're just jumping in. Excuse me.
Van Halen 2. Yeah, I mean there's so many good songs on each of the albums. I mean, it's honestly there isn't one that I would say, oh, I just don't want to listen to that, or I never listen to it. If I'm playing the album, I'm playing every song and listening to the whole thing usually. If it's on a longer car ride or something, you know. But either that or I'm watching something live, you know.
Yeah.
Or listening to something live.
I tend to listen to more of like the live stuff and like rare stuff. Like that reminds me, man. I know it's been a long time. You sent me a thumb drive, man, and
well,
I feel horrible. I feel
don't feel bad about it, because that project is you know, you want I've got it ready to go. I mean, just little snippets that I've edited together of stuff.
Once we're off the air,
like
let me know. Huh?
Yeah, I'll let you know what I'm looking for. But okay. I mean, I've got all these little edits that I've done. Like this is from the 2012 interview, and then he starts talking about like going to Holland and all that. So there's this old rare footage from Holland, and you know, basically like I edited together the trip from Holland as Dave and Ed are talking about it. Dave's interviewing Ed about the early years in Holland and learning piano and everything. So I've kind of just the little edits that I put together first time on radio. So some of their first early interviews, but I'm working on some kind of a Van Halen project, but I don't know if, you know, I'm just having a hard time what direction to go with it and all this. And then nowadays, all this stuff is coming out like that Fresno media stuff from the 78, 79 stuff. And that's like super high quality, beautiful.
There's a lot of stuff on that channel. I get the notifications from that channel, and they're putting stuff out all the time. Different. I was just watching Ted Nugent from Selland Arena. I mean, this guy filmed all of that stuff, and we've talked about it before. Yeah, and especially the Van Halen stuff, which is 78, 79, is amazing. Quentin James. Do I know if Eddie uses in-ears? I would think maybe he would, but I have a feeling he doesn't.
Yeah, I have a
feeling he doesn't wear them.
On the more recent tours, they definitely had stage monitors. And Dave was always complaining about not only. I think he had in ears, but then he was always complaining about the monitors on that. If you watch the videos from 2012, 2015, he had a lot of problems with the monitors.
And if you were wearing in ears, you wouldn't. The monitors wouldn't matter,
right?
Because in ears are monitors in your ear,
right? But I seem to remember him like pulling them out and put them. You know, I think they had like maybe two systems. Like one, like a backup system would have been the stage monitors or the in ears. But I don't know. I'd have to look back to see if he was wearing it.
Okay, yeah, maybe he was. Because there's some that are more obvious. You know, there's some where it totally covers. Like you can see, like Andy Summers, he wears them, and his are green. He's worn them for years. And if you look a lot of live performances of Andy over the past 10 years, and you'll see he's got green in-ears in his ears.
Why would you have him green, man?
That's what he has.
Yeah.
That's what he has. And I'm like, oh, you know how they're doing that rock and roll thing at the Met in New York right now. The Frankenstein is there, the real one.
Yep.
Okay. Andy Summers just announced that he's going to be there.
Oh, some of his guitar, the Red Telly, and all that.
No, not his guitars. He's going to be there. He's going to be there himself. He's going to do a presentation there.
Wow.
Yeah, I just saw the thing of the day. Like, what would be more perfect? Seeing him and that guitar.
Yeah, you got to make the trip, man. When is that? when is that going to be?
Oh, I don't know. It's soon.
The exhibit. Well, yeah, the exhibit's going on till October, I think. So,
well, I think I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. That'd be cool, though.
That would be real cool. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
But
yeah, and leave a thumbs up, everybody, and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Click the bell if you're digging this stuff.
Brett McCord's talking about some Dave stuff. One of my favorite Dave songs is "Coconut Grove." That's an awesome. That's just a great, mellow, really underrated Dave song.
Mm-hmm. I remember
from Love and Spoonful, and the Love and Spoonful version is excellent too.
Yeah, Dave did a lot of covers.
Skyscraper, "Damn Good" is another one of my favorites. One of my top. Probably definitely one of my top 3 Dave songs. Damn Good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of great songs.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of great tunes.
Those first 3 albums. I mean, after that, it really certainly went downhill. But I saw him on a Little Ain't Enough tour. That was the first, Van Halen member I ever saw live. 91, I think. 90, 91.
And how was that?
Excellent. It was Extreme and ironically Extreme opened for him, and Cinderella. I hesitate to say Cinderella stole the show, but Cinderella was impressive, to say the least, on that show.
Oh, you mean the guy that sings Pat's Dogs?
Pat's Dogs! Man. Cuda.
Yeah, you saw he got that guitar.
That's crazy.
The Pat's Dogs commercial guitar. Mancuda.
Of course he got that guitar.
That's cool.
The Iceman. That's a cool story, though. I like that the story behind that. If you're gonna, if you're gonna have any of their guitars, that's like it's got the coolest story behind it, anyway.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Hey, Jason. Dave Lee Roth. It's Showtime with Jason Becker.
What is that? That's a song Jason played on? Was that on Little Ain't Enough?
I guess it was.
Is that the only album Jason played on, or was there?
Yeah. It was Jason Becker and Steve Hunter on guitar. They both shared guitars.
And Jason didn't tour with him. Was it Steve Hunter that toured with him? I have the tour book somewhere.
I don't know I don't even think Steve toured with them. I think it was
he had 2 guitarists on
somebody else on the tour. Yeah,
2. He had 2 guitars.
Yeah. I know Steve. Well, I know Jason.
Steve Hunter.
I know both of them. Yeah,
seen some of those videos.
Yeah. I see Jason all the time.
Does Jason? I may have asked you this before. Does he still compose? What is his? I know he can't play, but he still composes.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Yeah. He's got a producer, that helps him record music. And I've been to Jason's house many times, and I've seen you know, their setup. I heard at Jason's birthday maybe 2 years ago. I heard a bunch of the songs from Jason's recent record,
Mm-hmm.
but the songs weren't done yet.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to the track, and Jason's producer is standing there right next to me, and he's like telling me, he's like, okay, so and so is going to play a solo right here, but it wasn't there yet.
Oh.
You know, it was just like, you know, rhythm stuff. And he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, so and so will be soloing here, and then so and so will be soloing here.
So he composes it for specific people in mind, or are these guitarists just, you know, are they well-known guitarists that he's saying this guy will take this solo? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. I need to hear some of that stuff.
Mhm.
And it's all guitar. Obviously, it's guitar based, but he can't. I mean, can he play? He can't play piano or anything, right? He's really kind of.
No, he can't move.
Like, I mean, I like kind of like Stephen Hawking type. Can he talk, or does he?
No, what happened was his dad made a system to where he'll move his eyes. He'll move his eyes like in a different direction, and he made the system. He basically made the alphabet.
Okay,
like
I think that's kind of what Stephen Hawking had.
Like the alphabet is like in this like circular motion, and if Jason looks a certain way, you know, he'll look, you know, a certain way like a couple times.
Yeah,
they'll know like what letter that is.
Yeah, it's hard. And it must be hard to communicate.
So when you're there, So when you're there, he's got his parents, his dad and his mom, and then he's got a couple of caretakers, and they're translating what he's saying. So like every time I go over to his house, you know, I'll go up and be like, hey, Jason, you know, and they'll start reading. They'll start saying, you know, H-I, hi.
Oh,
know,
so yeah, they can kind of
Johnny,
tell
G-O, good. T-O-2, you know, S-E-C-Y-O-U, you know, and they'll basically finish his sentences for him.
Okay.
So they're getting like the letters, you know, of the words that he's saying, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember the last time I went over there, it's probably been close to a couple years since the last time I was over there. And I was clean shaven at the time. And the first thing Jason Becker said to me was, "Where's your beard?"
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if he watches the show ever. He, you know, probably does.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, if you are Jason, you rock, man.
Yeah, that's you know, kind of an incredible story. Just, you know, you know, when he had that such a short time as a real virtuoso guitarist, and then unfortunately couldn't keep it going. You know, was it MS? Is that what he has?
It's ALS.
Oh yeah, Lou Gehrig's. Yeah, ALS. Yeah. But I mean, I guess, you know, with the technology that we have these days, it's great that he can still compose, and that he can, you know, at least he's got some sort of an outlet for his music. You know, because I mean, his guitar career was very short, unfortunately. You know.
Well, I mean, he played guitar for a long time.
Yeah, but how old was he when he really? I mean, he was in his 20s when he couldn't play anymore, right?
Yeah, I think he was like 19 or 20.
Yeah,
when he got diagnosed, and then he was on the Roth record in 91 or 90, 90 or 91. And I mean, he couldn't do the tour. He couldn't do the 91 tour. No,
in the summer.
No. I think by the mid 90s is where he couldn't walk anymore.
Yeah,
couldn't move anymore. I want to say it was mid 90s. I remember I went to I used to work at this guitar store, and Alex Skolnick from this band called Testament taught lessons at the store. He wasn't in Testament at the time. He had quit. He was doing his own thing. He was doing the Alex Skolnick Trio. He was doing all this jazz stuff.
Yeah.
Which he still does now. But Anyway, I went to his birthday at his apartment in Berkeley. This was in '95 on his 25th birthday.
Jason's
Alex
or
Skolnick.
Alex.
Skolnick. And I ended up meeting a guy there named Dave Lopez. And he's telling me how he works at a rehearsal studio, you know, in Oakland. And this is back in 95? 93? 94? Mid 90s.
Man, I remember listening to those early Testament albums. A friend of mine was big into them, and I had never heard them, but he put one on, and it was heavy, and it was great. I mean, at the time, and we were into Pantera and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
God, those early Testament albums were really good, and it's crazy that you got to hang out with them after that. You know, I mean, after they were huge for several years.
Well, when I was
up to that,
when I was in school, before then, maybe 91, maybe like 2 years, maybe 2 years before I met Skolnick. I was going to school in another state, and this one guy used to always come up to me every day, every morning. Johnny, have you heard Testament's "Souls of Black"? Have you heard Testament? Have you heard the song? He had this is back in the days of the Walkman.
The Walkman, yeah.
He would play me the stuff. Johnny, you got to hear this. You got to hear Testament. Got to hear Testament. And so, you know, a couple years later, I ended up becoming friends with the dude, you know, with Alex. And so I remember I got an autograph for this friend of mine from Alex. I got this little Alex autograph, this little flyer of one of his bands at the time. You know, he was in different bands, and the kid's name was Dwayne. He's like, "Hey, Dwayne," you know, blah 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 blah, you know. And I could never find the kid, so I never gave it to him. I still have the autograph somewhere, you know. I never gave it to this kid. I could never find him. If I could ever find this dude, I would send this to him, you know. But
they were in that late '80s, early '90s, new kind of metal like Pantera coming up, and you know, like Sepultura, and I mean, God, Testament they were the real deal. They were an incredible, you know, the records that they made. Not, I mean, I didn't see them back in those days, but when I first heard them, it was, God, Testament's and the Simpsons made a joke about them too. So. The rock stylings of Testament. They played at the church. They played it in Reverend Lovejoy said. Reverend Lovejoy introduced them.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, and it was right around that time. I mean, the early '90s.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I did see that, but I didn't know Skolnick then. Yeah. But anyway, so what were we talking about? So anyway, so I'm at Skolnick's birthday party at his apartment in Berkeley. I end up meeting a guy named Dave Lopez, and we end up becoming friends. And I end up rehearsing at the studio all the time that Dave works at. Okay. And then one day, you know, after a rehearsal, you know, he's closing up. He's cleaning the place, closing up. And we're hanging out. We used to hang out all the time at this place, you know. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking 95, 96, 97, 98 is when I moved to Miami. And then a few years after that, and then there was like a period of like 5 years where we didn't talk to each other. Now we're reconnected again.
When's he gonna come on the show?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I should get some of these guys on the show.
Man, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That'd be a great.
Yeah, cool. I mean, it's always weird for me, you know.
No, I know. I mean,
it's like, you know, telling, you know, friends, hey, you want to come on and BS on the internet? You know, it's kind of weird, but so anyway, what I'm trying to finally get to is my friend Dave. This is in like 1996, and he's cleaning up, and he's showing me. He's like, check this out. Jason just gave me this guitar, and it's one of those number guitars with the numbers all down the fretboard.
Oh yeah.
You know, actually, he gave him, I think, 2 of them. I think. So I'm playing a Jason Becker guitar, like one of his actual guitars, you know. And Dave's telling me, he's like, you know, Jason's getting married. You know, he was supposed to get married, and Eddie Van Halen is coming up. He's going to be at Jason's house.
Wow.
You know, and I'm like, whoa, really? And then eventually, I guess what happened was Eddie did come up, and he was at at Jason's house, and you do see some.
I've seen pictures of the two of them.
Yeah, the pictures you see of them together. That was that day, and they filmed some footage for the Jerry Lewis telethon as well.
Okay.
So anyway, so this friend of mine tells me about that, right? And then what else? And then I guess years later, I think back in 2010 or 2011 somewhere, I'm driving home from the studio. Actually, that actual place.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing a bunch of recording there with a friend of mine. A friend of mine was building a studio, and he was using the Old Testament room. Actually, there was this huge room that Testament used to rehearse in. Third Eye Blind used to rehearse in.
Oh,
there.
wow.
That's cool. I think who else? I don't know. They've got some other studios they've made now just down the street, like huge warehouse, huge. Mm-hmm. They shoot a lot of video. Actually, that Jason Becker video that was just released a few months back or whatever, that was filmed there. Anyway, I'm driving home and Dave calls me up. He's like, "Hey, you want to meet Jason?" You know, I had never met him.
Yeah.
And this is back in 2010 or 2011. He's like, "Tomorrow is Jason's birthday party. You want to come down?"
Oh man.
So if you guys ever see the picture of me holding the GMW, looking at Jason's sitting there smiling. That was the next day. That was
very cool.
And actually that's a video still. There's a video on the channel here of that. And Dave is there, and Jason's producer is there. You know, all these dudes, all these good friends are all there. But I don't know. Don't you have to use the bathroom?
Yeah, I'll be back in a sec. It's good.
Real quick,
good
and then
good call.
I'm gonna have to go again.
All right.
So, man, it's just me now. 46 people watching, 55 thumbs ups. Leave a thumbs up, you guys, if you guys dig this stuff. Even if you don't, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I don't know where Nightbot is. Nightbot is just not here tonight. So there's a bunch of links we don't have in the chat for you guys, but we do. Actually, in the description down below, there's a lot of stuff. We got merchandise. We got T-shirts. We got coffee mugs. Oh, Joe, you're welcome, man. Joe, that's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, Jason's a cool dude. He's cool. I've spent a lot of time over there. Over at his house and his birthday parties and like jams and events, special events and stuff. I went to I went to several screenings of the movie called Not Dead Yet, which is actually on it's on video now. It's on Netflix. And actually at the very end of the movie, you can actually see me in the movie. I'm walking into the club with Jason's family. I'm wearing the hat. I've got a bag over my shoulder. If you guys have the movie Not Dead Yet, the Jason Becker documentary, go to the very end where they're going into the club, and you can see me right there. That was a cool show, actually. I filmed. Satriani was the headliner that night, and I filmed his entire performance, and so it's on the channel here. Search Satriani on the channel here, and you can watch the actual performance. And Steve Hunter was there, actually. The guy that played with Jason on A Little Ain't Enough. Steve Hunter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he performed to Satriani at the Not Dead Yet show that's in the movie. And I filmed the entire thing. It's on the channel. So search Satriani.
What movie?
The movie? Not Dead Yet, the Jason Becker documentary.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I went to a bunch of screenings of that with Jason's family.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it in San Jose with Jason. I saw it in Berkeley with Dave Lopez and Jason. That was a tiny little theater. Yeah. Yeah, Steve Hunter of Lou Reed and Alice Cooper. That's right, yeah. Yeah, he played with all those guys. Where else did I see that movie? I saw it I saw it in Richmond. I saw it in Richmond, California. It was like Jason's. It was a showing of the film, and then this was in 2012, maybe. And if you guys ever saw that picture of me holding Jason's guitars, that was at that screening.
Cool.
You've seen the movie 10 times? Wow. I saw it at least 5 times in the theaters, on the big screen with Jason and his family there. So I've seen it at least 5 times. I think I've seen it a couple times since then, just like sitting right here or whatever.
I haven't. I have not seen that. I'll have to check that out.
Oh yeah, you should definitely see it. Yeah, it's awesome.
Cool.
What else?
What else?
What picture? Joe, what picture do you want to see? David Ennis, the man. David Ennis is here.
Hey, David.
David, you rock, man.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. Joe, let me know what picture you want to see. I've got tons of pictures with Jason. Tons of them.
Tons.
Oh, like way too many. way
Hey,
too many.
that's cool, man. Yeah, it's
okay. If I can, let me find one on my phone real quick here. But actually, yeah, if you go to my Twitter, it's @johnnybeane. If you're on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. And I've got tons of pictures with Jason up there. Or my Facebook, which is just called johnnybeanetv. There's tons of them there. Let me see if I can just find one real quick to show you, and then I'm going to use the restroom as well. Oh, well, actually, real quick, we were talking about Skolnick. There's me and Skolnick right there.
Oh yeah. Is that Nam?
That was at NAMM. We just happened to run into each other. And here's me and Mancuda right there.
Oh yeah. Man,
that guy's insane, man.
Mancuda.
He's awesome. He's awesome. You saw this picture, right? You ever see this one?
I don't know. Is that a real guitar?
No.
No.
It's one of
Is
those
it like a blow up?
It's one of those blow up guitars.
Is that you or is that Ed?
That's Eddie.
Okay.
That's Eddie right there. Yeah. Valerie Bertinelli's brother posted that on Eddie's birthday last January.
It's been like 88, 87, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got the parachute pants, you can tell.
All right, let me try to find a picture with Jason Becker real quick. Real fast. And then I got to use the restroom. Oh, well, okay. Here's a picture of me holding his guitar. This is the picture I was just telling you guys about.
The Numbers guitar?
That's me holding his Numbers guitar, and you can see some of his guitars in the background. Like if you're a big fan of Jason Becker, you know those guitars.
Mm-hmm.
The Carvin. You got the Carvin back there.
What kind of tremolo is on that blue one?
I don't know. But yeah, there's me and there's that one.
Johnny Beane and
right there.
Was it an Ibanez or what kind were those? Did you use Ibanez?
Might have been an Ibanez. Okay, real quick. There's the still from the video I was talking about.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. I think you put
right
it on
there.
on his birthday or something.
And there's me another time. Right there. There's another time. Right there. Here's from Not Dead Yet. Right there.
Were you in the movie?
I was.
You were in the movie.
There's
okay.
Another time.
I definitely got to watch it now.
I told you, I got way too many pictures. All right, I got to use the restroom now.
All right. Yeah,
real
you're
quick.
doing the PB dance.
Leave a thumbs up. Oh, you can tell? All right.
Yeah. Yeah. What do we got? Man, it's 2:43 here in the East. David Ennis, good to hear you doing well. Carvin sells his guitars. Jason, yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, I mean, I mean, it's cool that the technology is available for somebody like Jason who can still compose, you know. I can't imagine, like, you know, if I was, not necessarily because I'm, you know, just to play guitar or whatever, but just to have some kind of creative outlet if you couldn't, you know, if you were in the situation he was in, you know, where you'd have to have some kind of creative outlet where you can, I guess in his case, you know, he uses his mind to create the music that he creates nowadays, in theory or whatever else. But yeah. Top 5 guitar players. Top 5 guitar players. Let's see. Edward's in there. Pete Townsend. Not that he's my favorite guitar player, but he's one of my favorite, you know, songwriters. Jimmy Page. Guys in the chat, what else? Who are your favorite top 5s? I can think of a few of them quick, but let's see. Steve Vai would have to be up there. It's hard to say. I mean, there's been so many throughout the years. Okay. Yeah, Eric Clapton. I was never a big Eric Clapton fan. It's kind of like him and kind of like Tom Petty. I just never really, they're such like classic rock icons, but never really got into, you know, and they play them all the time on the classic rock stations, especially Tom Petty nowadays. Just nothing that I've never really been a big fan of his, but I respect him. I mean, can't say I don't like their music, but it's been overplayed a lot in my, you know, to me, I think it's been overplayed a lot. Stevie Ray Vaughan, you know, another great one. Jimi Hendrix, yeah. Depends on what I'm in the mood for. I've you know, stuff like Jimi Hendrix. He put out. I mean, nowadays, even especially since after his death, I mean, they put out so much material. You know, after he died, but so much of it is just like scraping the bottom of like these studio sessions or these live gigs that he played, and he really wasn't in the best condition in the later years of his career. You know, like the Isle of Wight, Woodstock was definitely the highlight of the Jimi Hendrix's career. But like you watch the Isle of Wight, and it's just he's just experiencing all kinds of technical problems, and you know, Pete Townsend's been on the record saying that he was in such a sorry state at that, and you know, what was it, 1970 at the Isle of Wight. That, but you watch the films and he's going through all kinds of technical problems. What are you doing? You don't wrap a cable like that.
Oh, sorry. That's the problem.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bad footage of Hendrix out there when he was just in either, you know, having technical problems, or he just was like, you know, inebriated, or, you know, on whatever. I mean, God, he had some rough, some drug problems in the later years, definitely.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
Of course. Well, didn't you know how he died? I mean, he died from, what was it? Overdose or alcohol poisoning. I don't remember. I don't know which one, but like all those, 27 somethings, all the 27-year-olds that died around that time. Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix and Jim Morrison. They were all 27. You know that.
Yeah.
The 27, Kurt Cobain, and I don't know who else. What are you looking at?
Oh, I'm just my phone is gonna 21%.
All right. Well, we got 57 thumbs up. It's we can go till about 3, and then I think or if you got 12 minutes in you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Usually we do 12 more minutes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
3 o'clock your time. Dang.
Man, yeah, I'm ready for bed. But that's all right.
Where are those peppers, man?
Yeah, those will keep you up. But
those sound good.
Did you just change that guitar? Did you just put the Kramer out there?
Huh?
Did you just put the Kramer there? Or?
Whoa, there's a different guitar there?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I do that. I do that from time to time when the camera goes off, turn it back on and see if anybody notices,
Yeah. Is that the Focus, or is that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's my first real guitar, the body anyway.
Was it Ed's idea to tilt the pickup, or was that like somebody else's idea?
Well, didn't Ed tilt the pickup in the Frankenstein? I think it is tilted.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
It is tilted, because you want the pull pieces to match up with the strings. I should probably grab the guitar.
Well, the pull piece, if you tilt it, you're going to have kind of an odd. It's not going to. The pull pieces aren't going to line up with the strings if you tilt it, no matter what.
Well, no, that's the reason why you tilt it, is to get the pull pieces to line up.
But
although
they're
this
staggered, so
yeah, this one there's no pull pieces.
Right. Yeah.
It's what do you call it? A blade or whatever. So, but yeah. Yeah. This is my first real guitar was this body. And then
did you say you added the second knob, the tone knob, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. I added that. Kramer Pacer patent pending.
It's a different neck too, right? That's not a Focus neck.
No, it's not the original neck.
Get the duct tape residue.
Yeah, right there.
But the tilted. I mean, I know if different, like a Gibson's going to be wider than a Fender, so those humbuckers are more Gibson. I still don't understand the reasoning behind tilting it. I know it's gonna, but you're never gonna have the two of each humbucker under the proper strings, because if it's tilted, they're gonna be staggered going across, right? You know what I'm trying to say?
I do know what you're trying to say.
Because the screws would be, if they were straight, the screws would be right under each string. But if they're tilted, the screw, one's going to be a little off. But I can understand how it might.
It's getting the ends. It's getting the high E and the low E underneath the strings.
Yeah.
You want to get those two underneath, and then anywhere else you play and you bend, you get everything lines up. Yeah. And was it Mike? That was duct tape on there. That's years and years and years of putting the picks and the tape on.
It's a good look, though. You get the D-tuner on there too. Yeah, I got a D-tuner that I've never put on yet.
Do I? Yeah, I do.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
I might have to do that one of these Straturday nights. I'll see if I can. How hard is it to put a D-tuner in?
It's not too tough.
Not too hard, right?
No. We should do a live D-tuner install.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe next week. can put it on this one.
Let's do that.
This one's locked, so it's not. It has the cutaway, but it's got a lock on it, so I could put the detuner on this. I've had it for several. It's another one of those things that you buy that you know, like a laser disc or something that you never actually get to use until down the road.
Yeah, man. I've like we were saying earlier, I have the original Star Wars Empire and Jedi laser discs. Never seen them. Man. And the reason I bought them, the only reason I bought them is because this was in '97. So I'd go to the movies in Oakland to see them on the big screen, the special editions.
In '97, yeah.
In '97. And then I would take BART, you know, the Bay Area Rapid Transit.
Oh, yeah.
Get off downtown Berkeley, walk up to Telegraph Avenue, go to Amoeba Records, and I would see they've got a whole widescreen. They got the whole laser disc section there. Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi, all widescreen.
Oh, my cousin had the definitive collection. Have you seen that one? That's the Ultimate Laserdisc Collection box set. Came out in the early '90s.
I think on VHS, for one of the old VHSs, I think there's a commercial for that. It's a box. Yeah. And that's that had like commentary and a lot of like what we now think of as special features on like a DVD or something, but you had like photo galleries and you had little mini documentaries and all Laserdisc had all that extra stuff.
Yeah.
Like they would have like trailers and stuff where the VHS tapes never had.
Right.
You know, if you guys remember VHS tapes, especially later on, as the before VHS tapes went away, they would all have previews for movies, but it was movies that were like in theaters now,
right,
or it was more.
I think that was mostly the rental place. If you went to Blockbuster, you rented a video, that would have the previews on it. If you went to Walmart and bought the movie, it wouldn't have the previews on it. I don't think. I think that was for the rental market or something. Again, I mean, like back when video cassettes cost $100 a piece, and they're
oh my god,
man.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So.
No, thank you. Hey, Sean Zimmerman. Sean Zimmerman is here. Welcome, Sean Zimmerman.
Mr. Zimmerman.
Yeah. Can we get 2 more thumbs ups? Can we get 60?
Yeah.
I'll be happy. We'll both go to bed happy tonight. If we can get 60 thumbs ups.
Yeah. That'll make my day.
Revenge of the 5th.
Yeah. That's what we're.
See you, Todd.
I don't know. Good night, Todd. But I got even before I bought a Blu-ray player, I bought the Blu-ray. I've never watched the prequels. I've watched the
prequels.
The prequels. But if you haven't seen this, some of the bonus material on this is
I've never had like a Blu-ray player. I've never
There's like a whole all kinds of like deleted scenes and everything from each film.
But it's all Phantom Menace?
No, it's the whole the 6 before the new. This came out like in 2011, I think. So it's got the first original Star Wars 3, and then the 3 prequels.
Prequels.
Yeah. Prequels.
Prequels.
What do I call them? What are prequels?
Prequels. It's prequels.
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 What am I saying?
Prequels. It's prequels.
It's like a porcupine and his
prequels. Prequel. It's
these
prequel.
Ones, these films. With all the.
I just see fingers.
Oh, sorry. That. Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman and Jar Jar Binks.
Oh man.
Ewan McGregor. But anyway.
Man, I saw the Phantom Menace 14 times in the theater.
Oh my god. I saw it. I think I saw it 3 times in the theater.
And I would go I'd get my popcorn. I would eat the popcorn, and then around the time of the racer or speed racer, whatever
The pod race.
I would doze off.
Oh my God.
I would sleep through that. I'd wake up later on.
That's the best part of the movie. I would watch just that.
And then the end of the movie where they cut in half Darth Maul or whatever, I'd be awake again.
Yeah, there was like maybe 20 minutes of real entertainment in that movie. The rest of it's like, you know, what are they? They're like the
beginning's cool.
The throne rooms and the
beginning's cool.
Senate chambers. Yeah.
The beginning of the movie is cool. Actually, I want to watch that right now.
You know, I was when that first came out, watching that trailer, when the first trailer for that came out.
When it was on the internet and it was this big. Remember that?
Yeah.
They released it on AOL and it was literally the video.
I think I saw it on MTV first.
Was that big? You couldn't see anything. It was blurry and fuzzy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like YouTube. What YouTube wasn't
around yet.
Before YouTube, but the quality you can get, like sometimes you see the 240 quality YouTube, like the really old videos. That's bad, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, terrible quality.
Yeah. No, Phantom Menace. I mean, 14 times. Yeah, because it's Star Wars.
That's just it. Because it's Star Wars.
It's because it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know, just to see the Star Wars logo
and
to hear the music. That's the best part.
All of every reference to the previous movies too. I mean, when Phantom Menace came out, it was like all the little Easter eggs and all the little things that that's why that's in there, and that's why, you know, and it's even like seeing C-3PO without his gold covering and all that, and to see the scene where what is it? When Anakin and Obi-Wan are introduced to each other. I mean, I was about to cry when I saw that, and you know, they shook hands. It was like she introduced Anakin to Obi-Wan, and it's like, yeah. I mean, that's a historic part of the series, and I
know. Yeah, it's
nowadays.
Cool.
I mean, it's like you know,
it's cool, but it's very nerdy.
But it was new, and it was new in 1999. It was like the you know, it was the resurgence of Star Wars for a lot of us.
Nerd alert! Look out! Yeah. I'm not a nerd. I keep saying I'm not a nerd, but I think there is
nothing wrong with being a nerd.
There's a little nerd, you know, in there, but
well, we'll leave the Star Wars stuff tonight, and you know.
Oh, it's 5-5 now. It's Revenge of the Fifth now.
There you go.
So
Revenge of the Fifth now.
Well, technically that means more Star Wars, but
yeah.
It's not officially Star Wars Day anymore.
But Revenge of the Sith was a prequel, and a lot of people want to forget the prequels. So may the Fourth be with you.
Yeah. Okay, we'll stop. We'll stop. Leave a thumbs up, everybody. Leave a thumbs up.
Yeah, let's get to 60. Two more, and we'll call
at least. We got 45 people watching us.
Yeah.
If you haven't left a thumbs up, leave a thumbs up. Let's see how many we can get.
Rocky was a great movie series too.
I never saw them.
You never saw any of the Rockies? I haven't seen the new ones, the Creed or the Balboa or whatever it was. But
I've seen the clip. You know, on YouTube here. On YouTube, we're on YouTube. You know, they have I think it's called movie clips or something, and you can see like scenes, and then at the end of the videos, it has like all this, has music, and it shows like different other scenes you can watch of different movies and stuff. I was watching
like the cliff notes, like the cliff notes for a movie.
Well, no, it was just clips. Yeah. I think it's called movie clips. I think is what it is.
Yeah.
I was watching a bunch of Rocky clips recently.
The first movie was great. But then, I mean, and when I was a kid, I loved the whole series. But looking back, like Rocky 3, Rocky 4 were just horrible. I mean, it's all just like him. It's training montages of him, you know, training to beat the Russian and training to beat Mr. T. And it was just like, I don't know. The first two were real full on like dramatic action movies and like a real story. But the other ones were after that. I And I haven't seen Creed or any of those. So. But anyway, enough with the nerd talk.
Yeah, come on.
Nerd. I still haven't gotten my Nerd Halen shirt. I ordered it like three weeks ago. Anyway.
Oh man, from Caleb?
No, it's the company that that prints them. So
he's got a company now doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Last I checked, it was in the printing phase. So
that's weird because if you order T-shirts on the channel here, you get them like quick. They make them instantly.
Maybe I should have gone through the Johnny Beane.
Do you have do you need one?
A Johnny Beane shirt?
A Johnny Beane shirt?
I gotta get a Johnny Beane shirt. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know where Nightbot is out tonight somewhere, but
yeah,
down below there's links to T-shirts, coffee mugs, and it's all quality stuff. The T-shirts are great. To tell you the truth, the company I use for my shirts are the best out there. Way better than any of the other companies making shirts. And
do you use? Is it VP or a different one?
It's called Redbubble.
Oh, okay.
And they're the best. The best, Jerry. The best.
The best.
I'm not joking either. I'm not joking. Jerry. The quality is way better than any of the other shirts. There we go. That I've seen. That's right, Mad Dog.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Well, thanks everyone for hanging out. It's been a great night.
Yes.
Happy weekend. Happy Straturday. Happy Sunday.
Yes.
And yeah. Happy May the 4th. And then what's the other one? Revenge of the 5th.
Revenge of the 5th. Which
boy.
Which I'll probably post it tomorrow. There's a picture of Yoda and he's passed out. You ever see that?
I think I've seen
Revenge
that, yeah.
of the 5th.
Yeah. Oh my God. Good stuff.
Why, Joe? Why?
Yeah. Happy Star Wars Day. You know. And, I'm looking forward to the new one in December. That'll be fun.
Oh, we could keep going another hour. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to that new one too, man. Yeah. That trailer looks pretty good.
Yeah, the trailers are all awesome. I mean, God, like I was saying, that Phantom Menace trailer was amazing. The first one that came out.
What'd you think of Last Jedi, real quick?
I've tried. I liked it when I first watched it, and I think I saw it twice in the theaters. When I tried to watch it at home, I watched it, kind of begrudgingly. It wasn't. It was hard to get through it. It's not as good as I think The Force Awakens is the far better movie. I don't know. I really liked it when I first saw it, but then once it came out on video, it really went
video
in some tough directions. I mean, with the whole Princess Leia thing, and it was good. I enjoyed it, but it's not my favorite. Sure, certainly, it's better than the prequels. I'll give you that.
Prequels.
The Geekwills.
Superman versus Batman. I like Superman.
You mean the series, or wasn't there a movie, Superman versus Batman?
I don't know. There was a comic. I didn't see any of the new Superman movies or Batman movies. I haven't seen any of them.
Well, The Dark Knight was a good movie. That's the last Batman.
I never saw that.
That is a good. With the one with Heath Ledger, that was really good.
Yeah. I haven't seen any of that stuff. My camera movie.
That one's worth watching. But yeah, comic book movies I never really got into. So.
Cool. Okay, it's 3:07. So,
all right, man.
You need to go to sleep. So, all right. I'm gonna thank you on air. I'm gonna let you go.
All right.
So,
thanks, folks.
So yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. I know it's late.
All right. Cool.
So great talking to you, man. Thanks for
Yeah, it's another Straturday night.
Thanks for hanging out. Straturday Night Live, as we call these programs on Saturday nights. We have a great time doing this stuff.
Definitely.
Usually the Captain Michael Smith is with us, but he is in Nebraska right now.
Wow, Nebraska.
He's busy.
You lived there for a while.
He's busy in Nebraska.
Didn't you?
I did. I lived there for 10 years.
Man.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Nebraska's a freak state. Sorry.
Yeah. But, Tone King, man, we were just leaving. Every time we're about to leave, Tone King pops in.
What kind of a wrench is that? He's got like a check mark.
That's a verified channel, is what that is.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, good to see you, Tone King. And hey, Tone King, I was wearing your T-shirt yesterday, the Tascam shirt that you sent me. Thank you again. Thank you.
Good stuff. All right, are you staying on for a little bit? Or
no,
right.
I'm gonna leave. It's midnight 08, and I've got a bunch of crap I got to do before tomorrow. But yeah, Tone King, thanks again, man. And you'll have to jump on with us, man. One of these times, let's schedule something.
Yeah,
it'd be awesome. Awesomes. All right, everybody, we are out of here.
Yeah.
John's making popcorn.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's applause, is what that is. Yeah, there it is, right there.
Oh, ow!
Is that loud?
That's a little loud.
Oh man. All right, we're out of here. Tone King. Yeah, we'll set something up. I'll send you a message. Actually, as soon as we're done here, I'll send you a message, and we'll set something up. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for watching. John B.
Good night. Good night, all.
Great to see you. Great talking tonight. Talking guitars, Star Wars.
Definitely.
May the 4th be with you. And now, Revenge of the 5th. And we'll see you guys. See you guys soon. All right.
Night, all.
johnnybeanetv. All right, I'm gonna hang up. Actually, I'll say bye to you. I'll say bye. I'll say bye. So hang on 1 sec. Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody. Good night, Simon. Good night, Brett. Good night, Tone King. Good night, Blank Palette. Oh yeah, Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody.
Wow, that's true.
Yeah. Well, that's what Revenge of the 5th is. It's the same thing. Same day, I think. David Ennis, you're the man. David Ennis, you rock.
Thanks,
dude.
everyone.
Brett, Joe, everybody.
Everybody.
The dog PA, Mad Dog, PA. All right. johnnybeane.com. Actually, I should do this right now. Check out my website real quick, you guys. I do this once I hit the button and it's like gone. Where are we? HTTP. See, if Nightbot was here, everything would be fine, but Nightbot is not here. There we go. There it is. All right, everybody, check out that website. That's my website. Leave a comment.
johnnybeane.com.
You can log in with Facebook. You can leave a comment below on the website. Let me know where you're from. If you enjoyed the show, there you go. Click on that link. Hopefully that's the right link. All right.
My nose is running.
All right. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'll talk over that. Okay. Oh, okay, that is the right link. Awesome. We got Buffalo, New York in the house. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See you guys Tuesday night.
Telly Tuesday.
All right. Good night.
Good night.